Yes, people. Welcome back into another stream. We got another panel show. We got a couple of lads going to join us in a bit as well. Smash the likes up. Make sure you guys are subscribed, man. If you come here for your surgery, you got a dodgy chest. Yeah, my chest is actually legit killing right now. Yeah, I don't know if anyone else feels like that yet, but we've got the surgery here. Dr. LB, Dr. Danny, Dr. Capone, and Dr. Joe Butters, man. Lads, big up for joining the panel as always. I don't want to speak on this show yet because I'm legit cooked. So I'm going to pass it over to you boys and we'll just get going, man. So feel free to just interrupt each other. Danny, I'll start off with you.
Yeah, go on.
Man.
It felt like an April or May game in the middle of February. You had to really fight and claw for 90 minutes. It was one of them all hands on deck games that I was so used to seeing from City 6 years ago in that COVID season, where a lot of the focus was on just keeping a 1-goal lead and not necessarily being the best going forward. But yeah, that second half was a bit crazy. It was first half FC all over again, but in a different sort of way. I just think we couldn't really outduel them. It was a bit strange. We couldn't keep the ball. That was a big thing. And we'll probably get into it more in depth. I don't think it's all due to Donnarumma. I think we're doing all these weird passes into blind alleys and causing our own problems in that regard. But again, you cannot complain. I would have taken a 2-1 right after Arsenal dropped points. So fair enough. Rest up, on to Leeds one at a time.
Yeah, like today felt like a just get 3 points no matter what kind of game. In like, you know, if this was like earlier in the season maybe, or like even if this was just like a couple of weeks ago, I might have felt like the performance level would have really like bothered me because the second half wasn't great. Like you said there, Danny, we couldn't hold onto the ball for love nor money as soon as it came to that second half. And I feel like that's largely tactical in the sense that we just kept a lot of times we just hit it long and like that you turn the game into a game of 50-50s at that point. So you kind of it stands to reason that you don't keep hold of the ball particularly well when you do that. But then also I feel like we just lost, you know, since the Laportes and Gvardiols are not in our starting 11s anymore. We just don't have that ability to sort of play out from the back, or even John Stones. We just don't have players who can do that if we don't have those guys in the team. So it feels like there's no. Yeah, it's. Look, if this isn't really a game that obviously there are problems. There are things you can point to if you want to be critical and sort of go like, well, this isn't perfect, and you know, if every second half's going to be like that second half just was for the rest of the season, then I think we've got a serious issue. That means we probably won't win the league because not every team's going to be as ineffective as Newcastle was. I mean, obviously they had a lot of the ball and put a lot of the pressure on, but they didn't really create very many serious chances. Whereas on the other hand, we still, despite these, you know, these things that we're talking about here, we still created 5 or 6 opportunities to like put a serious shot away, and just either the final ball was shit, or the shot was crap, or the decision was wrong as soon as we got into the final third.
Or Nori's just tripping over his own feet. Bro. I don't know what's going on.
All right, Nori's just doing absolutely anything but pass or shoot. It's madness. So I think
Do you know what it is? For me, this whole game for me was just about getting the 3 points. I'm pretty sure it's like that for all of us, right? But right now, I'm still like my heart. I'm not gonna lie, my heart rate is still a bit high. I was gonna come on here, probably put some shades on, be shameless, and be like, yeah, the title race is on. But I'm still trying to calm down, man. Look at LB, fam. I was gonna do all that. I was gonna come here with the Man City. We're gonna do it. We're gonna do it. But not, bro. I'm still trying to calm down because this team is low key killing me. I want to find out what's going on in the second half thing. You know, like this whole second half, we come out and it looks like a complete different team. We'll probably find out. Like on some Amazon freaking, you know, those documentaries they drop, and we find out, I don't know what they were doing at halftime. Some next thing, bro. I'm trying to find that out, man. It's crazy.
Yeah, it's mad. It's the difference in performance between the first and second halves is mad. But I mean, at the end of the day, like say 3 points is 3 points, and we're 2 points behind that.
And that's one of the hardest games we got left, Joe, as well.
I mean, yeah, on paper in terms of the name of the team,
wise.
yeah, but
I was gonna say if you take all the way out the equation, it is like
as I say, yeah, Newcastle at the Etihad is on paper almost a guaranteed 3 points, really, when you look at the form history. But yeah, it's like it's big, and it basically it feels like it's just going to come down to the Arsenal at the Etihad, really, which I mean, Jesus Christ, that game is going to be horrendous viewing, but it's going to be it feels like that anyway. I'm still not fully convinced that this team doesn't have more bedshit points dropped in them at some point between now and the end of the season. It's just whether Arsenal have the same number or more of them than we do.
Yeah, I just think the approach to the second half was weird. It's like Joe said, I don't know if it was tactical or just we're not capable of doing it. You cannot play like spamming long balls for 45 minutes against like a notoriously physical and good in the air Newcastle team. Everyone except for Haaland struggled. Haaland excelled. Haaland in that second half. Best I've seen him this season, like defensively. And he's had some good games.
I think the whole game Haaland played quite well today, compared to what he's been doing recently.
Well-rounded performance. He didn't score, but he was one of our best players on the pitch, and that's important sometimes.
He was good. Especially with Semenyo and Marmoush decided that they couldn't
Semenyo was stinky today. Semenyo was absolutely stinky. I don't know if you remember, like on the other stream, I said, when we were talking about Mo Salah, I said with Semenyo, he's one of those players because his fundamentals are not that great, like his first touch and etc. Right? If he's not scoring you goals, you're gonna like get pissed off with this guy, bro. And you saw it today. If he's not scoring, or if he's, like he had that good play where he played in Haaland and Haaland, got the assist. But if he's not doing something useful, bro, I think from the 60th minute, the guy was just out the game. He's just walking around. And then, I don't know, Pep, maybe they have some sort of contract where he has to play him even if he's being trashed. He should have been off ages ago, bro.
Yeah, I agree with Pat here. Law of averages. The last two times he just rolled over them with no real opposition. They were kind of due a good performance against us. You play a team 3 times in a month, they're going to figure you out at some point. So again, I expect today to be difficult. And that's how it panned out to be.
Can I let me ask you about the tactical decision then, because you had in the last games, you've seen Nico O'Reilly play left-sided, sort of like a left-sided midfielder, like, old school left mid, left-sided centre mid, however you want to describe it. And that's really solidified our midfield, yeah. But Danny, today, Nico O'Reilly didn't play that role. He played really advanced up the pitch, and at times he was actually the furthest player up the pitch. He was actually higher than Haaland at times. Why do you think Pep decided to deploy Nico O'Reilly in that position?
The only guess I could really have is that he's got some height to him. We don't have a lot of height in this team apart from him and Haaland. And like I said, Newcastle's this big sort of brutish team, and you kind of need a presence in there. And it worked well. The thing I didn't understand with O'Reilly was when we was getting all boxed in, he was kind of playing left wing. I don't know what they were doing there. He was so far out wide left and ahead of Aït-Nouri, and I just didn't understand it. He was at striker at times as well. He's not really a threat in transition. He's one of them guys who, he wins you the ball back, moves the ball forward. He's not going to carry the ball at speed, so I just don't know what that was about.
Yeah, it was a weird one. It was a weird decision. I mean, in the end it worked because he scored both of our goals, right? But I just... Yeah, I know they won't, because they never do. But I hope one of the journalists asked Pep Guardiola in the presser today what was the actual specific reason. Was it just to get an extra body in the box? Because if that was the case, then fucking hell, what a decision that was. Like, I'd be interested to know what the tactical reasoning was, especially because it's been working so well playing Nico O'Reilly. Been freeing up Aït-Nouri, but you didn't really see that too much. I don't, Capone, Joe, I mean, you got anything to say on the O'Reilly playing forward thing? Like, what are you saying?
I'm not complaining because he got the 2 goals in it. Joe, this is all you, bro.
Yeah, it's like he scored 2 goals, didn't he? So like, it's great, but I think it did feel like in times we were missing him sort of next to Rodri in the middle of the pitch, particularly in that second. But then to be fair, in the second half, it felt like he came a little bit deeper anyway. But I think it's just mad how because he plays a left back basically the whole time he's been in this City side, really, apart from a couple of cup games, really, before this last month or so. I've kind of forgotten that he is actually a midfielder, and I've just accepted him as a left back up to this point. And it's kind of crazy that our maybe our best left back, or certainly England's best left back, has also got a very good shout at being, involved in England's midfield in the summer in some capacity as well. That's the level that this guy is at, and it's kind
of competing with Rodgers, wouldn't it, in that position?
Yeah.
It gives Tuchel a lot more options, isn't it?
It's kind of mad how he's kind of gone so under the radar, really, considering like, you know, when you consider the hype that like Lewis Skelly got last season, for example, or like, you know, or the even just like looking at like Saka and his breakout and stuff like that. These players usually come through, these young English talents come through like so much fanfare and like a huge like they're going to be the best in the world because they've had a couple of good months in their teens, and like O'Reilly's just managed to avoid that basically for his whole time at City, really. Like obviously he's starting to get the plaudits a little bit more now. But I quite like that it's gone pretty unnoticed in general by a lot of football fans. Like I don't hear like the general footballing fan space talk about Nico O'Reilly as like one of England's brightest young players, really. And I'm sure that will change towards the end of the season, but it is kind of crazy when you consider.
Change tonight, mate.
Probably, yeah. 2 goals against Newcastle and a man of the match performance in a crucial title game is going to be what catapults into that.
I fucking love the player, mate. I think Nico O'Reilly is an unbelievable footballer, and I've spoken time and time again about the guy's composure. He is one of the most calmest football players on the planet. Yeah, and I said on the stream, last couple of games, you'll remember he's had a few shots from the edge of the box and he's been poor with his shots. So he was due a shot on target from the edge of the box and he rifled that one into the bottom corner. So that was a great strike, but then not enough there. He gets himself into the box. Good crossing by Haaland, and it was a good header as well. So he's absolutely unbelievable player. I just think he's got everything he needs to just keep on improving. I think he's going to be a key component of the Premier League. And what I was going to say as well is when you look at the Premier League nowadays, it's all about power and pace and that. You know, he's got that in abundance.
He's got that physicality, hasn't he?
He's got the physicality. And that's why I asked you guys, about Pep's decision to play him up the pitch, because it was obviously a great decision because it won us the game. But then you also noticed that you missed the physicality a bit deeper. So the trade-off, like what do you do going forward? Will he deploy that tactic a lot? Because I know you're going to get a player that can shoot from the ball from the edge of the box, but then you lose that physicality from the midfield. And I defo felt you saw that tonight in that midfield, not having him in there. So I don't know.
I think the only way that you can play that is if you do the double pivot of Rodri and Nico G. You wouldn't mind having O'Reilly running up there, providing you probably drop like Marmoush or Semenyo and put like a Cherky in there or something like that. That's what I'm saying. If it makes sense, I feel like it made sense in my head.
I get it. Yeah, it's just. I think it's just the thing is, well, because the league's changed a lot in the last couple of years, and in the last 2 or 3 years, it's become so much more about like being a physical, like commanding presence on the pitch, like rather than even when we won the league the first time round, like we had a team that wasn't like massively physically imposing, but they were all incredibly technical, and that was enough to win a Premier League. Now, if you've got an incredibly technical team, but they're full of the Rico Lewis's or Bernardo Silva's. Maybe Bernardo Silva's a little bit different because he's got the like shit house in him. But like Rico Lewis's, for example, he's a player who just cannot thrive in this current Premier League because he just doesn't have the physicality to do it in this Premier League at the moment. Because he's
no Rico Lewis slander allowed,
5'7" or something like that, and just like is not built for the physical challenge of the Premier League. Nico O'Reilly is both physical, he's tall, he's strong, he's an imposing footballer, and he's so, like I say, he's got the composure, and his technical level is just mad. He's got like the league can evolve over the next 10 years into one of my mates was saying to me before. So I'm not going to take credit for this. He's the one who said this, not me. But the league can evolve into like whatever it's going to evolve into in the next 10 years. If football goes back to that more sort of technical style of play rather than the physicality side, Nico O'Reilly will still flourish there. And if it continues down this like this turbo physical set piece FC kind of wins the league thing, well, he can do that as well. And it's that whole. Like I say, he's just got everything that he needs. He's only 20 years old as well. Like that is crazy. And he's got like another 10 years of football ahead of him. And it looks like he's got absolutely every single like mineral required to succeed at the top level. To the point where, like another thing about him as well, it's like if Pep goes, whatever manager comes in, they're going to be able to do something with Nico O'Reilly. It's not like he's one of those footballers like a Rico Lewis where, if a new manager comes in that's not Pep, he's going to look at Rico Lewis and think, right, well, I don't need an inverted right back. So you've got no position in this team anymore. Whereas Nico O'Reilly can do so many different things and has got the physicality to do like a more physical game, the technical side to do a more technical game, and he's. I think he's probably as exciting as. Obviously, it's come a few years later, but I think he's as exciting as when Foden sort of made his became a mainstay in the team. I think it's that level. But obviously, he's doing it at the age of 20 instead of like 17 or 18 when Foden did it. But
it's a different type of excitement, isn't it? Because Foden was the shiny player. Yeah, Foden was the different type of player. Foden, I'm muted.
No, I can hear you.
You're not muted, bro.
I can definitely hear you.
Joe, mate, you're muted, bro.
Oh no,
Joe's not muted. I can hear
Joe.
No, I can hear everybody. Yeah, but nah. I don't know what's happened to Joe. Now, the thing is with O'Reilly, O'Reilly's a different type of player, a different type of excitement to Foden, because Foden was like the shiny guy who broke through in it. But this guy's just like, he might not bring you the moments. Ironically, he did that tonight. He might not bring you the moments or whatever that Foden did, but like, it's just so calm. It's just I don't know if no frills player is a bit like not generous enough, because that sounds like he doesn't do anything good, but like, he just gets on with it, innit? Every time I do my player ratings, Nico O'Reilly 7, Nico O'Reilly 7, Nico O'Reilly 7, Nico O'Reilly 7.5. Tonight it's going to be high, yeah. But like, he's not like a volatile player, like up and down. Like, oh, tonight he's an 8, but then the next game is a 4, then the next game is a 2, and then the next game is a 10. It's just like consistent performances. Yeah, consistent performances from this guy, and that's what you need when you're a young player. I always say with Pep Guardiola, yeah, when you're a young player breaking through Pep Guardiola in a Pep Guardiola team. Pep wants to know that he can trust you. That's number one. Are you going to go on a pitch and fuck me over? Yeah. Am I going to set the team out to win a game and you're going to do something stupid and fuck me over? Yeah. Because if you do, you ain't making it, right? So that's why I always say when you're a young player breaking through, just go on the pitch, keep it simple. Then when Pep starts to trust you and you get more game time, then start to bring the flair. Yeah. And I feel like Nico O'Reilly, yeah, he's not really a flair player necessarily, but he got an opportunity last year, yeah, in like January, February time. He took it, just got on with it, no frills or those, he did some good crossing and that. And as he's got more and more game time over the last 12 months, he's just started to improve and become more confident on the ball. And obviously tonight he was given a position and a role that was, very offensive, very high up the pitch, where he's going to have to do shit, shoot, create, and all that kind of stuff. And he thrilled it. He thrived in it, man. So now, big up O'Reilly, man. I'm a big fan of O'Reilly, and I hope he gets to play midfield more, man, because he's been really good over the last month.
It's like Joe said, he's like quite the opposite of a system player. I know some players get dragged down no matter which team they're in. Oh, he's a system player. Oh, he doesn't play well internationally because the system's different. Like Joe said, if the league adapts, if we adapt, if Pep changes the system, O'Reilly's still one of the first names on the team sheet in some capacity. Whether it's left back, whether it's attacking midfield, whether he sits alongside Rodri, he's just so versatile that no matter what we do, no matter what the plan is, it's just hard to drop him. And we haven't had an academy player like that since Foden.
I just want quickly, one of you has got an echo on your mic. I don't know who it is. Let me see who it is. 1 2 1 2 1 2 1 2. That's not you. Is it Capone? Yo, 1 2 1 2 1 2. Yo, I think it's you, Capone. Just turn the audio down. I think it's the speakers, maybe, bro, it's coming through the mic. Yeah, no, I agree, Dan. I think he's fucking exceptional today. I feel like he struggled to get on the ball in the second half, but all our players did, really. But yeah, he has to get.
We're good?
Yeah, it's sound now.
I think bro, it sounds like, yeah.
Yeah, but he's got to be man of the match, man. Scores both goals. And yeah, I think, you know what? Let's go back to what Danny and Joe were saying as well. I think Tuchel likes him. I think he's a guaranteed starter, man. I think he starts left back. I know Hall's great, yeah, and he was great again tonight. But I feel like Tuchel's going to start him left back because he's another manager, Tuchel, yeah, that likes like physical players. I know O'Reilly's that guy. He's athletic and physical, so I'd be very surprised. Well. Exactly, yeah, exactly. So I'd be very surprised if O'Reilly doesn't start left back for England in the World Cup, which is insane.
It's kind of mad, isn't it? Like as I said before, like if you went back 12 months, like Lewis Skelly looked like he had that position like locked down completely. And now here we are, and it's just, yeah, it's mad how like it's just all, it's just got. Well, someone put in the chat before, like we were on the brink of selling to Chelsea last January, weren't we? Like it's like imagine if that had happened and we hadn't, got him a new contract and kept him around and given him some serious game time. Because, if Chelsea had him, it'd be horrendous, wouldn't it? Like watching him thrive somewhere else.
We're watching another Palmer, bro.
Apparently, they offered a significant fee as well. And City said nah. So yeah, brave call, man. Brave call. So yeah, nah, defo mad. Let's have a look what you guys in the chat are saying. Big Zohib says, this is the Leeds game next, bro. I can't speak about Leeds.
Yeah, but a bunch of them are probably in the championship anyway. It's not.
I know, man.
I know. I am worried. I am very worried about next week. I can't deny it. Even as like
is it at Ellen Road? Yeah.
It's at Ellen Road. Yeah.
Yeah. We'll worry about that later in the week. Let's enjoy this now.
Yeah, 100%. Let me come to some of these chats, man. I big up Jace, bro. Says big up to the panel and chat. Got to run, kids are starting to do my head in. Also, top performance. Need a top performance from Capone tomorrow. Put my Arsenal on a t-shirt. Put Arsenal on a t-shirt. My G says Jace. Let's talk. All right, bro. I didn't see it, man. My bad in it. If you set a super chat before, bro, I didn't see it, man. My bad in it. Listen, have a good night. Yeah, big up for tuning in. Appreciate you, man. Big up to Lewis as well. 30 months. Says we get opportunities to play the ball in behind, but play the safe option. It ends back at Donnarumma and hoofs it back to them anyway. It's frustrating, man. What are you guys saying then about this second half thing? Yeah, because obviously a lot of people in the chat, I'm saying it as well. I want to get your takes on this. This second half, Pep Guardiola said in his press conference, he knows what's going wrong. He's going to fix it. Didn't really get fixed out. What do you boys think is going on in those second halves, man? Because that first half was a decent first half performance, wasn't it? Second half, man. What you got?
I think it has to be a mentality issue, bro. And I don't know how that is because you have a world-class manager, you have world-class players in the team. You talk about players like Rodri being in the team and players like that have already won stuff, right? You have these players there. You have a manager that's a serial winner. So shouldn't he be instilling in these players like, we go out there, we get the extra goals and we shut the game off like we used to do? I don't know what's going on. But it's not a physicality thing. I was watching the game and I thought, maybe, because we've had a week off, maybe we're a little bit tired coming into the second half. I'm trying to give the benefit of a doubt, but no, man, it just stinks. It just absolutely stinks, and I don't know what's going on. I'm looking at Pep because it can't just if all the players are doing the same thing, even the new players like Gay, who we've just signed, who we're all talking about how incredible he is. We've all watched him for Palace, but then he had a tackle where there was a moment where the guy tackled the ball and then, he just stays on the floor for a bit, chilling. Like, he didn't get up straight away, run like, there's a counterattack here. So, like, what's changed in his mentality for that to be going on? I don't know. Like, what's going on in the changing rooms? Something is in the air at Man City, bro, and it absolutely stinks for second halves, and I don't like it. Get rid of it.
Yeah, it felt like that Fulham game back in December where we just couldn't keep possession and we were making really, really rushed decisions. They got to get their head up a bit more. Sometimes a short pass was on, but instead you're lumping it up to Dan Burn, who's going to win most of his duels. They put Joe Linton on, and it got even worse, which was pretty obvious. We have a very short midfield, and he's a very tall guy. Compounded with the fact that for some reason O'Reilly was shifted wide while Newcastle had this very tall midfield, and you had Rodri on his own, basically. But it was
Nico
weird.
G never came on.
Nico G never came on. Even Rodri was, like I said, he was booting the ball into blind alleys. I didn't know what he was thinking at times. I think it's very, very simplistic to say it's all on Donnarumma. I do agree. The booting the ball forward from him is counterproductive at times, but it was the whole team doing it, so you can't just put it on one guy. And again, he bailed us out right at the end. I didn't know if he actually saved it. Apparently he did.
Bro, Danny, I keep saying this, yeah. I legit think we need Savio in them moments.
Yeah, I said at the start of the first half, you need to get wingers on. You don't treat the ball like a hot potato. You got Cherokee on, credit to him, but Savio retains the ball very well.
What do you guys think of like this Pep's in-game management for games like this where we can all visibly see, we need changes here. Like, this stinks. We need something, anyone. What are you guys saying about his in-game, management?
Well, I think first of all, to take Diaz off and put Huzanov was a fantastic decision.
Good.
Agreed.
So that in-game management was exceptional. I mean, the two players that I think help you in the second halves, Adoku injured and Savinho just come back from injury. So for me, they're the two players that I think we really, really miss in those second halves when we're under pressure and we can't get out. Why? Because the ball carriers, Kovacic's probably another one. Because what we do is, when we're under pressure in that second half, we pass it short, right? And then we try and do a little dink pass into the middle and it goes south, or Donnarumma smacks it long and it goes south. So the ball just comes back at us and back at us and back at us. What you need, in my opinion, in those situations is ball carriers players who can carry the ball forward, yeah, and that is Kovacic, injured, Doku, injured, Savio, just come back from injury.
Yeah, and on the Kovacic point, I don't think it's worth sacrificing any of our current midfielders to bring him in, unless you take an attacking player off and put him in there.
Probably not. You're probably correct.
Yeah.
But they're the three players that I look at and go, they're probably three players that can help you in those situations in the second half where you're under pressure, you need to get out. Because you need players to be able to spin.
Turkey is another one.
Yeah, no, I was happy with
Turkey is another. Yeah,
I was happy. I was definitely happy as well with the Kusanov, the sub for Kusanov for Diaz. That was great. And then Turkey came on afterwards, right? But then for me, the one that's just like it was grinding my gears, bro. The Semenyo, like I get it, he's a goal threat, so you'd kind of want to like keep him on because you're thinking, he can get something out of nothing. I understand that, right? But at the same time, the guy was stinking out the gaff, bro. Like you can't. I don't know how you, as a manager, you're watching this, and you're just there like, yeah, I'm gonna leave this on until Kingdom Come. The only reason he ended up taking him off was because he looked like he got injured, and I was, I'm not gonna celebrate someone's injury, but I was like, thank God, like the guy needed to be off the pitch. If I can see it, if you guys can see it, I don't like pointing fingers at Pep, but Jesus Christ.
You know what it is though, bro, because I agree, yeah, but at the same time, I think Semenyo's just got that goal threat in him. And I feel like he's going to be that player that it's going to be very difficult to take him off the pitch no matter how bad he is, because you just know he's got that goal threat in him from anywhere.
It's the same as when Haaland's putting in like a 2 out of 10 performance, and like Pep's he's
I
literally my highest chance of scoring, so he keeps him on the pitch no matter what.
I agree with all of that, yeah. That's all fine in that. But so what? Now because we've bought Semenyo, that means even if he's dropping a 2 out of 10 performance, we can't drop this guy because he offers a goal threat. Like, so what? Does that mean you then just distrust all of your other players and not try and put, you know what, I'm going to back you today. You know what, Savio? You've been stinky the whole season, but right now we need something. I'm gonna put my trust in you or someone else. So are we just like gonna completely suck off the trust for all the other players and say,
I do think that'll change. I do think that'll change if Semenyo's form changes, but I think right now he's in goal scoring form, isn't he? So it's like he is currently in the kind of form where it's like he might just, a goal might just go in off his arse or something right now. Like that's the level that he's at. Like whereas I think that obviously if he was on like a 3 or 4, if he was on like 4 or 5 games without a goal, then suddenly he becomes a lot more substitutable because he isn't that guaranteed, or not guaranteed, he isn't that high goal. It's the same reason why Marmoush is very easy to sub off right now, because he isn't scoring goals. And it's like, well, in that case, you aren't going to, he doesn't look at Marmoush and thinks, well, I better keep you on because you've got a very good chance of getting us a third goal here. He just goes, well, you can come off because you aren't scoring and you aren't like giving me what I want else. I mean, I thought Marmoush was actually pretty good today. I think maybe he's having.
I don't mean to sound like I'm just being negative about like the whole Semenyo thing. Each to their own. Obviously, if you rather take off Marmoush because he's not as much of a threat as Semenyo, I fully understand that. Like, personally, I probably would have kept Marmoush on because of the pressing, and probably leave Semenyo off because today he was a bit stinky. That's not to say I don't like Semenyo or anything like that. I'm just saying.
No, 100%. I'll big up to you. Go on, Danny, man.
The thing I'll say on Semenyo is, I think the reason why he's getting 90 minutes after 90 minutes, obviously today was a little bit less than 90, is he's got that on-ball physicality. Like, with Doku out, Semenyo's the only one who can hold the ball up. Like, Jeremy Doku, the GOAT, said it a couple minutes ago. I don't normally agree with him. But again, Doku's an option. Doku can hold the ball up well. I think his all-round play, I know he doesn't score, but his all-round play, especially in a tight game, it's probably better than Semenyo.
Yeah.
With Doku, he'll have 7, 8 out of 10 games without scoring. With Semenyo, I have been very happy because I have been calling for more goals from our wingers, but a lot of the time it's 4 or 5 out of 10, and then he has a goal to cover it up. But again, I have been happy with him. It's just there's room to grow there.
Yeah. I find it difficult, to say during games take Semenyo off even when he's playing poor, because I just feel he's got that goal threat about him.
Exactly.
Yeah, and that's and Capone tried to raise it. I hear it, but it's difficult because I feel a lot more confident in Semenyo when he's in front of goal than Marmoush. And even though Marmoush was having a better game, than Semenyo, like it's one of them. If a chance falls to one of them, who do you want it fall to? So I
think as well. Another thing is that like it's like you say, it just comes down to that who'd you bring him off for? Like at the end of the day, like obviously Marmoush came off for
Turkey, wasn't it?
Turkey? Yeah, it was Turkey, yeah, but then obviously so you could maybe say you can take Semenyo off for Turkey as well, but Semenyo did eventually come off, and it was for Foden, who isn't in any better form in front of goal. He's in possibly the worst form in front of goal of anyone in the team really right now. Although he was unfortunate not to score, ironically enough. But I think when it comes to Semenyo, to be honest, I wasn't really so much bothered about that front three. When it came to the end of the game, also towards the end of the game, I was more thinking like this midfield needs some serious help. Like why is if it was bring off Semenyo or someone from that front line and bring on Nico G, I'd be all about that because I wanted another body in that centre of midfield. But I mean, for me, it was you could have done, Bernardo being on a yellow card and just deciding that he wanted to, just leap into Dan Burn for no reason.
What was that about,
afterwards.
bro?
I was like, I was like, maybe we could do with Nico G coming on for Bernardo Silva. But but then also, it's obviously these are all ultimately minor complaints because we won. But it's just, there was definitely some points in that game. And you're right, Capone, it's not the first time. I mean, to be honest, it's been like this ever since Pep's been at Manchester City, where there's been games where we've all watched it be absolutely not even remotely in City's control. And we've looked at 2 or 3 like glaring positions where it's like, you can make a change here that will improve this. But for whatever reason, Pep's insane mind is seeing something that he's actually quite happy with, that we're all looking at it and thinking, but we can't hold on to the ball for shit. We're giving up chances. We aren't creating anything. We're missing chances. You can solve 1 or 2 of these problems with 1 or 2 of the substitutions you can make. But Pep just thinks.
Ultimately, he's the guy that gets paid the big bucks, to make the decisions, of course. But still, like, bro, us just watching this on the side, we can't criticize it and say this can be done better. And some of these subs can be, bro, just. The guy is allergic to subs. I don't wanna call him a control freak again and whatnot, but he does really like control, and I think he's one of those managers where the thought of putting on a substitute kind of changes. Maybe in his head, it will change the dynamics of how he wants to play or something. So I don't know, but me personally, I would like to see a bit more, in-game management when we're under the cosh, bro. Like just make 1 or 2 changes. It doesn't even, it can even be a like for like. Just if someone is having a stinker of a game, it doesn't have to be a take off Semenyo and put in a Nico G in the middle. It can be a like for like. I don't mind. Just something different, fresh legs, fresh ideas. It can be one of those where, like, people probably think I'm being too negative on Semenyo. I'm just saying, if he's having a bad day today, maybe it's just a bad day at the office. You never know. Maybe he had an argument with his missus before the game and he's having a bad day at the office, so that people like me don't come on here slandering him, take him out the limelight.
Yeah, first.
I mean, he made what, 3 subs? 3 out of, that's about what we typically get. You get 5, so there's 2 more he could have made, but it's kind of hard. I agree that Pep, there are changes that we would see or that we see that we would like to see him make, but he did make 3 today, and there's days where he doesn't even make that. So,
big up Tarek, big up Steve Lewis, boys. What we're saying, man, 2 points behind Arsenal now. They obviously play tomorrow. We're level on games, so they're 2 points ahead of us. But obviously we got to play them at the Etihad in April. They play tomorrow. Steve, man, I'll come to you. What are you saying, man? Big win.
Yes, man. Then big up everyone, man. Do you know what, bro? Yeah, like, after the game today, the first word that comes to me and the first emotion, the first feeling is relief, bro. Like, today was such a tense game for me. I was kicking every ball. I was screaming the house down. My missus was shook over there. Do you know what I mean? I was moving mad because it was just so tense. Newcastle, bro, like they were giving us a game. Newcastle are a good team. I don't understand why they're in the situation that they're in, because they're clearly a good side. You know what I mean? They're causing problems, man. But that second half, we dug deep. You know what I mean? We've shown grit in that second half. Something more than we've shown in second half recently. You know what I mean? We've shown fight, bro. We had to defend. We defended well. Alan, he texted me after the game saying, "Look it, bro, what's my man on?" Like, there was no look involved there. What that was hard work, a defensive almost masterclass in that second half. You know what I mean? We grafted, bro. And in the first half, we should have killed the game, though. You know what I mean? We should have got more goals, in my opinion. I think everyone played really well. I heard you man talk about Semenyo there. I thought he was making some nice touches throughout the game, in the middle of the park as well. He was quite central. I quite liked what I've seen from him. It wasn't perfect, you know. He should have done better with his shot. I thought Haaland should have scored today. But overall, you know, we just grafted as a team, and I'm absolutely buzzing and relieved by the end of that game. Do you know what I'm saying? Because if we was to drop points today, bro, it would have been peak. Because like a draw today would have been like the wind would have got blown out of me.
It would have properly killed any. It would have killed any talk of us being in a title race if we'd have not won today. It would have just like done it for everyone. I think.
I definitely feel like
probably including the players.
Yeah, I definitely feel like the win today is like, you know, fucking. It's like it's on, proper on. Obviously,
I think it's on, bro. It was required after they dropped points. We had to go and win. It wasn't going to be enough to just drop, you know, only get a point out of this. We had to get all three.
You saw it at full time, didn't you? You saw the celebrations from the players, and the fans stuck around for a bit longer than they normally would for like a routine win. And Pep was giving it a lot to the fans. I think this team knows now that like this is actually we're in serious title race mode at this point, and hopefully we don't just shit the bed against Leeds next week and just put ourselves back to square one. But I'm hoping that there's been some kind of mentality shift since Arsenal dropped points midweek to Wolves and after today as well. Like hopefully that's sort of been the switch flicked in everyone's brains.
I think the switch was the Liverpool match coming back in possibly. The second half. I think that's where the mentality shifts and the pressure ramps up on Arsenal. But to Steve's point, you know, that the idea of relief, you know, there was a movie in the 90s, Waiting to Exhale. And that's how I felt like that second half. I just couldn't exhale. I was just holding my breath and I was waiting to get that breath out. And then it's just like, you know, you finally get to breathe when that a full-time whistle goes. And it's just like you said, that relief, that just overwhelming sense of relief, and just like
I weren't even enjoying it, Tariq, bro. I seen a tweet of LB actually that said I can't do 11 more of these. It's so true.
Yeah,
it's like, bro, my heart,
That's what he said. He said heart issues or something like that. I was like, I just got out the hospital for that kind of stuff. I can't take this, man. Come on, what are we doing?
Yeah, it was heavy, man. I want to give a little shout out to one guy, my brother called 8 Nori. This guy, defended so well today. I thought he used his body. He's only a slight kind of guy, but he used his body so well, and something that he's not particularly known for when he came to this club. He was getting a lot of hate when he came to this club for his ability to defend. But defending today is what he did today. He did his job today, and he defended going forward. He wasn't it going forward today, but who cares, man? That guy shown that he can defend today, and I'm proud of that guy, man. And I'm happy for him because I could see him sat on the bench and injured. He was injured. He was on the bench, and I could see it in his face. The guy just looked a bit shook to be in this facility, but now he's making that shirt his own. He's let Nico O'Reilly go into midfield where he's shining, and he's doing a great job there at left back.
I agree. I think he's been excellent since the AFCON, man. I'll be real. I think since AFCON he was class for Algeria. Defensively, he was great. Since he's come back, he's been defensively great. Didn't put a foot wrong, and that, like you say, Steve, that's one of the main sort of
questions around him.
Question marks, but he was excellent today defensively. Again, the amount of times Elanga was taking the ball past him and he just fucking shoulder barged him out. Like because that really is like was but if he's a bit bad defensively, then I don't know but he's not bad defensively. So far, he's been really good. So for me, I'm like, okay, once this guy gets cooking going forward, because we all know there's a lot more to come from Mike Norrie going forward.
100%.
You're gonna have some player on your hands, man. But he's a lot better defensively than everybody give him credit for. Yeah, I think a lot of people was like, "Yo, this guy ain't good defensively." But Danny, he's been decent since AFCON, bro.
Yeah, I think that AFCON's exactly what he needed. It really built up some momentum for him. He was getting games here and there in sort of lower leverage games like Swansea and whatnot. You're not going to build up form playing one game a month.
You looked nervous, didn't you, Danny?
He did look nervous, but again, I'd be nervous too if I was playing one game here and there
Big
as
move.
a high-pressure new signing as on paper the starting left back of this team. So again, AFCON built him up. Like LB said, he was tremendous, especially defensively in that tournament. He came back and just kept it rolling. That cameo at St. James's Park was unbelievable, and he's not really looked back since then. So
what it is as well, bro, when you make one of these moves from a Wolves or a Bournemouth to the big Man City, you know, it's not everyone can hack that, man. You have to have the personality, whether you've got the ability or not. And his personality now is definitely coming through, and is showing that he's got value and a place in this team. Because that move's not easy, man. Coming from a Wolves, you see Nunes struggle with it at first.
Yeah.
Semenyo could have struggled with it, but he's showing great personality. He's showing great personality coming from Palace. Personality is everything in football, man. To allow yourself to perform.
Yeah, and all due respect to Wolves, you don't get these types of games at Wolves. Like, he joined Wolves the season after the Europa League run. So this is like first real exposure to high leverage games, and he's taking it so well. We don't give him enough credit for that. With Wolves, you go to a big team, you expect to lose. Here, you actually have to perform.
Well, this is one of the things that we said a few weeks ago, wasn't it? After Spurs, I think it was, where we were talking about how like the mentality of this team, like you don't just get like a winning mentality for like these top teams, like just from joining. Like you don't spend 3 weeks in the dressing room and all of a sudden you know what it takes to be in these kind of games. Like it's the only thing that comes when you are in them. And you sort of like, so now like even just being in this game, for example, will make that, the likes of Gay and Nori and these kind of players more experienced at what it means. Like Kusanov as well, even though he only came in at half time. Like these are players who basically in the last however long haven't really had any moments like this in their career. Semenyo, another one, like obviously he was a bit shit today, but like he's, they get the experience from being in these big games that actually mean something for a title race. And that's how you get a team of players that are used to it, and hopefully, like when it comes to this sort of final run at the end of the season, that having built combined with the fact that we have a good spine of players that know what it takes to do it. Donnarumma, Diaz, Rodri, Haaland, Foden, not Cherky actually, but like Foden, like these players, their mentality will hopefully mean that everyone else will have kind of caught up a little bit by the time it gets there from having to just do it week by week. Now, obviously, the counter to that is that eventually these players are going to probably shit the bed because they've not had to do it every week for the next, which I'm imagining is going to be the state of play for the next 2 months if we're serious about a title race. Every game is going to feel like today. And, it's whether the players can handle that or not that's going to be the real telling thing.
No, I definitely heard that. Listen, I want to speak about something, and it's to do with a tactical decision. Obviously, Capone before was mentioning in-game management, right? But I think it's time that we have a proper fucking segment on this geezer, mate. Yeah, Abdulkadir Hozanov. Yeah, we need a full-on segment now. Yeah, because this guy. Yeah, listen, I said before the game, I would have dropped
him. It, bro. You see that text?
Yeah, I've seen it, yeah. Now, I actually low-key agree with the decision to put Diaz back in, right? As much as I love Huzanov because of the experience of being there and doing it, right? However, I don't know, man. I don't know if that outweighs what Huzanov gives you.
While you agreed with the decision to bring Diaz back in, I also agreed with the decision to take Diaz out today because what he didn't have and what he doesn't have is that pace to get back to stop the Ilangas and the Gordons of the world, right? So we needed a Kusanov that can run with those guys because again, that's really all they had in the beginning was just the threat of the counter, the threat of the transition. And so if you don't have a Kusanov out there, Gahey, for all he's a great defender, but he just doesn't have that pace to do that role. So you need Kusanov out there. So I was glad to see that change at halftime, personally. So
that was a good sub because obviously I think we was all crying out for it, especially when Diaz got the yellow card, which he had to get because he had to take Gordon out. Yeah,
it was a good yellow.
It was a good yellow, but we don't normally see halftime subs from Pep Guardiola, but he made it, and Hozanov came on, man. He is absolutely phenomenal.
He's generational, bro. Honestly, I feel like he has potential to be one of the greatest defenders in this league if he stays fit and he stays consistent like that. He has the physicality, the pace, he has everything, the composure, the passing. He has everything to his game. And how much did we get this guy for? Peanuts, bro.
Yeah.
This guy, honestly, I don't want to just sound like I'm gassing him up because he plays for my team. And
Gas him up, bro.
This guy, bro, let me glaze a little bit, man. The guy deserves it. The guy is amazing, man. Honestly, Kusanov, with the whole Diaz thing, once again, as soon as you say anything negative about one player while you like the other player, it's like, oh yeah, you're negative. But the Diaz thing for me, like that little meme of Lightning McQueen when there's the newer car like passing him and Lightning McQueen's just looking at him like that. I feel like that's Diaz looking at Kusanov for me anyway, bro. Like, fam, bring Kusanov in all the time. And that I also like Kusanov and Gehi together more than I like Diaz and Gehi. That's just me though.
Yeah, I
they
think
had those games to build that camaraderie or whatever.
Yeah, so maybe it is a bit too soon to be judging the Diaz and Gehi, because maybe they need a bit more games together and before I can judge that fully. But yeah.
I think his IQ is going up big time as well. I think last season you still saw him charging out of position a few times a game. Today it was only once, and he actually got it right. He's choosing his moments when to come out a lot better. He's not making needless fouls anymore, or at least a lot less frequently.
I think that's what Pulpy was trying to say. But
that's what he was trying.
Allow that, bro.
But again, to be,
I kind of agreed with him.
Yeah, I guess.
What did Pulpy say?
Pulpy said that. Pulpy basically said that I think it was after a rash tackle that he made against.
It was just it was just mistimed, bro. You know
it was just, but it was one of those where he sprinted out and kind of made a foul that he didn't necessarily need to make. And I think that Pulpy's point was that it's going to be one of those things he will have to cut out of his game if Guardiola is going to be like thinking you're my guy. For
and
the next
he's right, and he's right,
and he's right. But naturally, because Jay is the rage baiter that he is, he took that as him saying that Kusanov's shit and that it means that he's a liability. I think, to be fair, then Pulpy, I think
he did call him a liability.
He did use the word liability in the replies after that, which is a bit of a problem. But it's
a bit of a problem.
But the ultimate point that he was making in that he's going to have to cut that out of his game if Pep is going to be like, right, if he's going to look at him as someone who seriously is a competitor for Diaz and Gay rather than someone who's going to come in as a backup, he needs to have that sort of stamped out of his game, and we're seeing it sort of become less and less of a thing that we see now. He's becoming like quite, as you say, Danny, like very pick and choose with when he actually does come out a bit more and when he actually does sort of like throw himself about a bit. Because I remember when we first signed him, that video of him at Lons going absolutely through someone and just chucking an elbow at them was one of the first things that we saw, and we all loved it because it was funny. But realistically, you don't actually want to see a centre back doing that every single week, dear. And I think we're quite lucky that, obviously, as you mentioned again, Danny, that last season we saw a lot of it. We saw a lot of that sort of like, we've actually got a defender who will just go through someone, and that was fun. But really, you don't need a defender who's going to go through someone. You need someone who's just going to be able to do what he is doing, which just is, using his recovery pace, which is so important in games like today. And it made it a bit baffling that he didn't start, to be honest, given what Newcastle were obviously.
Well, I said, Joe, in the watch along, the subs were almost the wrong way round. You almost think to yourself, like, you probably want to start off with Huzanov. Yeah. And then maybe bring Diaz on for the last 15 minutes when you're holding out and you've got that just guy with the experience. Yeah. But obviously that's just the way it works. I'll tell you what, something that I've noticed as well. I don't know if you guys have seen this as well. In the last couple of games that Huzanov's played, I feel like he's on ball, driving the ball forward, kind of like Stones would do, yeah? I feel like he started doing that. Maybe now he's getting a little bit more confident and he's settled into the team. He's been here over a year now. I feel like you're starting to see, because I don't feel like you're seeing that a lot really in the first 6 months last season. I feel like now he's getting on the ball, he's driving forward with it because he's so fast. He just goes past people with ease. So you've got a player here that can drive with the ball. His pings are mad underrated. He's mint defensively.
Yeah, I was going to say, I don't think it's necessarily the carrying for me. Maybe you're right. I haven't necessarily noticed that. But he's been so much more direct with his passing. The one to Marmouche last week that got disallowed. There was one to Semenyo today where he just picked the ball up.
He made it was a good ball.
Yeah. Just them straight line passes are very good. I haven't seen him pull off like the diagonals yet. I'm not sure if that's really in his toolbox, but
he's done a few.
I've seen him do a good few of them, bro.
Just those round the corner passes.
He pings them about. He pings it all over the pitch, bro. For me, I agree. I hate to compare lads here, but I can't help it. Because you have to, innit? It's two guys in the same position. I look at Diaz and I think Diaz is a good centre half, right? But for me, I just think specifically at the moment, Kusanov should better. Like there was an instance in the first half where Diaz passed it needlessly to a Newcastle player, and he was on a counter attack.
Yeah,
and I thought, bro, that could have been peak right there. I don't see Kusanov doing sloppy passes like that. I see him a lot safer in possession, and also the irony is, you talk about fouls. There's a foul that Diaz had to make because he didn't have the pace to recover. Well, Kusanov is going to get the ball back cleanly there and retain possession. And they scored from that free kick, by the way. It was just lucky. And by the way, big up to Diaz as well. It was clever that he pushed Dan Burn offside. But, You know, I hate to compare, but you can't help it, can you, lads? Because it's almost.
Bro,
it's not
dare
our
I
job,
say
you have to
it? Dare I
compare
say
it,
this? Yeah, dare
you
I
know?
say this? I'm gonna get hate for this, but I'm gonna say it anyway. Diaz might be a bit more passion than ability, bro. Crucify me if you will.
I'm not touching that.
I
I'm
have
not
said
going anywhere
that.
near that.
Crucify me, people, if you will, but I'm gonna say it. Diaz might be more passion than ability. That's not to say that he's a bad defender. Just as a caveat to what I just said, he's a good defender. But I'm just saying, I feel like people go, "We need Diaz. We need Diaz." Do we though? You think you do because he looks like he's on it because he's yes every 2 seconds. But bro, relax.
Yeah, I think the thing that he brings, or at least that people say that he brings, is the leadership, organizing the back line, that kind of thing.
But do we need that if we now have Gay?
I was going to say, which Gay he now brings, but before we didn't have. So, you know, we do have another option there. And I won't leave you out there by yourself on the passion merchant thing because, you know, I got some show bros over at Shades of Blue that have said that for probably 2 or 3 years at this point. So you're not the only one that feels that way.
I just think the key thing though, I'm not for a moment saying that Diaz is a bad centre half. You know, I think he's a good centre half, a very good centre half. I just think at this moment in time, them two guys who ended the game are just better than him at the moment. That's it.
Are we all forgetting that he was actually minced before that injury?
No, here's the thing. You see, I don't know if you guys remember what I said when I first came onto the panel and we were discussing the Rico Lewis thing, and I was saying there are certain games for Rico Lewis and there's certain games that you don't need a Rico in there. I think it's the same with the Diaz. There's certain games that you can probably have, you know, I guess that's up to Pep to be more flexible with the way that he's using his tactics. Maybe he wants to play a game where he's not having as high of a line, as high as of a back line, then maybe, you know, you can have a Diaz in there and whatnot. But if you know that you're going to be playing this high line or die Barcelona type of tactic, bro, you better put Kusanov in there because Diaz is going to be getting them yellows like he did today.
Bro. It wasn't just one instance where he was through on the counter attack. There was numerous instances in that first half where they were countering it, and you know, there was the one instance where Gayhe's no slouch, by the way, but he's no Kusanov. Do you get me? And Gayhe was trying to keep up with Gordon. Kusanov beats Gordon. You know, that's how much of a freak this guy is. He's very necessary for me.
Yeah, I think that, I don't know. Like I say, I'm a big fan of Huzanov, and I've pretty much been pro Huzanov over Diaz since Huzanov come into a club, really. But tonight, I was like, no, I would put Diaz back in, but it took 45 minutes, and I'm like, I think Diaz is good, and I think Diaz played well for 45. I don't think Diaz played bad, but like the lads are saying, like, I think if you're going to play that high line, I think it's basically the Kyle Walker, isn't it? He bails you out of shit. Like,
Pep even
get out of jail free card.
Even compared him to him a couple weeks ago. Yeah. Said he's like a Kyle Walker kind of right back kind of guy.
It's the only really you can only play in these kind of games in particular. And realistically, most times now in the Premier League, teams are going to set up just hit us on the counter. That's just going to be what they do because they know we play a high line. Most clubs have got a couple of pacey players that they can just stick out wide and just go for the counter. And I think in that situation, you really just have to... The choice for me is, are you picking Diaz or Gayet? Because you can't not play Kusanov if that's going to be if this is going to be the way that teams are going to play against us. I mean, that's why it's a bit baffling. Like I said before, it's a bit baffling that he didn't start today because of...
It didn't sit right with me, you know, Joe.
They're just going to play Elanga and Gordon on the wings and obviously hit us on the counter-attack. Or if it's not Elanga, it's going to be Jacob Murphy. It's going to be someone fast no matter what. And it's like, well, at that point, you need Kusanov in the back line to counter that. And that's kind of where... So for me, it's not even a Diaz or Kusanov conversation. For me, it's which one of the Diaz or Gay you playing alongside Kusanov, really. Like, that's what it comes down to for me, because I don't think Kusanov's a negotiable at this point. If we're going to be playing in these kind of games with these kind of attacks against us, Diaz it's Diaz or Gay who are fighting for that, who should be fighting for that other spot. But realistically, it's going to be just it's going to be Diaz and Gay in it. Really, that's going to be the first choice centre back partnership. And then when Vardiol's back,
because it should be one of those where if you're playing well, then you keep the jersey. I think we all agree with that.
Bro, that's why I wasn't happy.
Especially in a title race like this, that's
exactly.
How you have to
so if he's the one that's been, ever since Diaz had that injury and Kusanov stepped in, the guy has been unplayable in that position. He's been doing his job. He's been doing, 8 out of 10 minimum on most games. So for as soon as Diaz is back fit, boom, straight in there. I think that's disrespectful to Kusanov.
I'm with you, bro. That's how I felt as well.
Pep loves it.
It didn't really sit right with me just dropping him like that because he didn't deserve it. But again, I understand he has his captain material, but for me, it simply wasn't fair to see the brother sat back on the bench. He's been too nice.
I think
we all knew it was going to happen. Go ahead, LB.
Yeah, I just want to come to these chats because they've just been here a while. Let me come to these super chats, boys. Big up to Matty. Says it's just team cohesion issue. Talk about the second halves before. Yeah, I don't know what it is. Pep did say he knows what it is, and he says he's going to fix it. So let's see if he fix it, Matty. Yeah, but it was a bit sus again today, second half, man. But yeah, big up to you, bro. Big up to Ski, who says, did you see Pep hugging Cherky after full time? Absolutely amazing. Cameo created multiple. Yeah, I thought Cherky, brilliant. What? Done exactly what Pep Guardiola wanted him to do in that second half. He got on the ball. He picked the passes at the right time. When to go forward, when just to chill, pass it left, pass it right, pass it backwards, calm the game down. It was a performance of a midfielder that was 32, not 22. Yeah, and that's what Pep wants to see. Pep don't want to see Cherky go in there, start doing mad step overs on the halfway line and fucking us over when we're 2-1 up in a big title game. Yeah, that Cherky today, I don't know, because Cherky's not been in the starting 11 for a couple of games now, Premier League wise. Yeah, I don't know if Pep maybe was a bit frustrated with him for something it was doing, but if he was, he's definitely back in his good books because I thought, like you say, Ski, I thought it was a really good cameo.
There was one moment in particular that he did that was really good where I think it was after the chance that Foden had got where it sort of like, it was like the last 5 or 10 minutes of the game and Foden had that sort of volley where he hit it and they got a block in and the ball bounced out to our right-hand side and Cherky wins it back on like the edge of the penalty area. And in that position, it must be so tempting to just turn around and just try and launch it back into the box. But instead, he just kept hold of it for a little bit longer.
Especially for a player like Cherky
he did some mad dribble with his feet and somehow got it away from 2 Newcastle players and then just held onto the ball. And it's like that will be exactly what Pep was asking him to do at that point. He won't be saying like, don't try anything. If there's something that's blatantly on, do it. But obviously, don't try anything that's too fancy to sort of, don't try and just create a chance out of nothing for no reason.
Don't fuck me over. That's what he's saying.
And in that position where it was like, again, such an easy position for most players to just chuck an aimless ball into the box and just hope that you get Haaland's head. I think he did the right thing there in terms of like,
and that's why, like, going back to what he said after, like, people just fucking missed the whole point. Remember when Cherky did that fucking left foot cross thing when he done, I don't know what it's called. What's that?
Rabona.
Rabona, yeah. When he done that Rabona. And we got the assist. And then Pep come out after the game and said, basically, I don't care like what he does. I just want him to like, and everyone started losing the shit going, oh, Pep's trying to coach the shit out of him and all that. It's like, no, you're not getting it. Pep's trying to say, it's all well good and doing that, yeah, but if you're giving the ball away in the halfway line and fucking us over on transition and stuff, it's irrelevant. And that's what Cherky needs to learn. And he'll learn it because he's still a young player. But tonight, he showed real maturity with his performance, man. He'd come on when we needed someone to come on and just calm things down. And that's what he did. And he still creates your chances as well.
Yeah.
I think, of course, like, he's coming on and he's not doing the stupid stuff anymore. And, he's being a bit more, keep the ball, tiki-taka, whatever, what Pep wants from him. But for Pep to come out and say something like that, like, oh, yeah, I don't mind. He can do the skills. I don't mind. This is the same guy that said he knows what the problem is after halftime and nothing has changed. I don't believe this guy. 1, 2, Cherky, am I right in saying, compared to when he first joined to now, you don't see as much skills, as much flair, as much freedom, dare I say it. It looks a bit more, and that's not to say that this isn't bringing out the better Cherky, if you will, because now, he wouldn't lose the ball. Like, if he came on today and tried to do another Rabona and lost the ball and we conceded a goal, we'll all be trying to slander his name. Right, but I'm just saying, if he's gonna be there talking about something, I don't mind that. I don't mind him doing all these things, but then we're not seeing these things anymore in his game.
I mean, it's early. We'll have to
picks
see
his moments, bro. Do you know what I mean? He's a very clever player. He picks his moments and he chooses when to do things, and more often than not, he executes it perfectly, and he makes the right decision on when to do it, and he gets himself out of jail with little flicks and stuff like that. He's a very clever player.
No, I agree. Let me just continue.
There was a game I don't know if it was one of the midweek games that he didn't play well, and he's been on the bench for a couple games after. And I feel like coming in today, you saw a player that wants to get back in the normal rotation. He came back, he played very well, and it's going to give Pep a question to ask. I've got to put this guy in. Do I start him? Do I play him? When do I bring him in? Because you can't just not bring him in. He's too good.
Right, let me go through these chats, boys. Big up to True Dog, says, time to respect Bernardo, what he does on the pitch. He's everywhere. Haaland ran his ass off too. A couple more clinical moments needed, though, says True. Yeah, I agree. And you know what as well, bro? I said this in the watch-along, yeah, but even in that second half, when I don't think we played particularly well, we still got into some great positions, and we still had a couple of efforts where it was just poor. So, yeah, we definitely need to improve that, man, because even that second half, we didn't play well. We could have scored a couple of goals in that second half, bro. Facts. And you're spot on Bernardo. I think Bernardo in the last 4 weeks has probably been in his best form for over 18 months.
I thought today was like one of his worst performances out of them four. I thought he's shown a bit better than today, but today still solid 7.5.
Yeah.
So
yeah. Nah, 100%.
He's rolled the years back, man. You know what I mean? I was slagging that guy off heavily, bro, but I've had my words big time.
There's never been a close.
He's trying to go out with a trophy. He's leaving. He's trying to leave out with a trophy.
Nah, he is, man. 100%. Shout out to Noel, bro. Says we could have scored 5 goals if Semenyo woke up. Yeah, not just him. Foden could have had one.
I think that's
Haaland could have had one. Marmoush could have had one. So it's not just Semenyo, bro. There's a number of players in that team today had opportunities to bag and kill the game off and didn't. Big up to Massum, says Diaz pushed to make Burn offside was elite game awareness. This could be us winning or not winning the league, and that's why we still need him, says Massum. Yeah, 100%.
Mate, there's Arsenal fans saying it was a foul. It's a fucking contact sport. I don't know what we're doing.
Arsenal fans can't talk, bro. Have you seen them at set pieces? Have you seen what they do to goalkeepers?
Exactly.
I don't want to hear a single thing from any Arsenal fan. Get out of
here. You know what as well? Yeah, there was an instance where we should have had a penalty, but the reason for not being a penalty is they said that because the ball wasn't kicked yet, you can do what the fuck you want basically before the ball's kicked. So he pushed him before the ball was kicked. So fucking have a bit of that.
Nah, it's never. Big up Massum says if Huzanov was from Europe, everyone would rate him. Says Massum. Well, I think people are starting to rate him. It's just took him a year, bro. And that Chelsea game just fucking stuck in people's minds, isn't it?
I know the announcers. Oh, sorry, I was gonna say that I know the announcers on the stream that we saw in the US. When he came on, of course, they initially always go back to that first game and all the mistakes or whatever. And then by the time the game ended, they were, shouting out how well he was playing and how good he looks.
So they mentioned the Chelsea game again.
Yeah, they start with the Chelsea. They always start with Chelsea.
Fucking commentators just going to mention that Chelsea game every single time.
They're still doing that till this
day. They can't let it go.
We're still talking about that Chelsea game in 2026. It was over a year ago, and they're still talking about it.
You can tell, like these guys, it's because it's the popular thing to say. It's like, oh, that's what all the other commentators are saying. That's what I'm gonna say.
They're all saying the same thing.
Come on, man.
They're just lazy ass commentators, bro. They don't even do the work properly, man.
They don't do the research, man. That's why when Amir asked that question the other day, they're all shook. Shout out Benler says, is he as fast as Walker or even faster? I think he might be faster than him,
I don't know if he is.
What did the statistics say?
That's hard to say. Kyle Walker was
rapid, I think he might be faster.
Kyle Walker was like Mbappe level fast. Like
Kyle Walker was insane.
There was moments where Kyle Walker ate Mbappe for breakfast as well, bro.
That's what I was gonna say.
Yeah.
This guy is fast though.
He's
not just fast. He's like effortlessly fast.
He's
I don't feel like I see him like sprinting out of his shoes that much. He's just. It doesn't even look like he's running fast, but
it doesn't look like he's going to do a hamstring every time he's sprinting in it.
No, he doesn't.
Him and
no disrespect to Diaz, but it looks like he's running out his shoes.
I'd love to see him and I'd love to see him and Van der Ven in a foot race to see who's the fastest centre back.
I want to see them both run the length of the pitch. That's what I want to say. One goal line to the other.
But he's a get out of jail card, man.
Yeah,
you need it, and if you're going to play this high line, I do think because Diaz basically, that's not Diaz's fault, but Diaz had no choice but to take Gordon down and get booked. There's nothing else he could have done. He had to do it. He had to take the booking, otherwise he's thrown goal. Whereas,
isn't it just frustrating as well, bro? When you see that unfold in front of your own eyes, and you know it would end differently if there was another guy there.
But,
you know what I
but
mean?
That's the thing. We probably and Steve are we're on the same boat with the Kusanov and Diaz thing, but we probably wouldn't be here slandering Diaz as much if we were playing a different type of play, like where we're not doing the high line thing.
Yeah,
Diaz wouldn't be in that.
I wouldn't even say that I'm slandering him, bro, because again, bro, I still think he had a decent 45 minutes. I just think that Kusanov's better.
Yeah,
no, I hear it. I hear it.
Yeah.
I hear
Yeah,
it.
I'm with you. Shout out to Robertinho, says camera pan to Diaz. Hope he don't throw a frit there. No, I won't, bro. He knows the score. He was on a booking, and
Yeah,
you know
he's
he
on
had to
yellow.
go off.
Yeah,
he was on
he
a
knows the
booking in that
score. He
situation.
just came back
man.
from injury as well, innit? Or
Yeah, he's only just come back, man. Nah, Diaz is calm, bro. Don't worry about that. Shout out to Ahmad, says, I hope there's no rain or wind tomorrow night. Yeah, good one, good one. I'll be watching that, by the way. Second channel, more LB. Make sure you guys are
oh yeah,
subbed up
I'm
for that
gassed
one.
for that, bro. I cannot wait for that game.
Oh, it's going to be a mad. Shout out to KP, says, guys, did we lose? The 3 points at this stage is the most important. Arsenal are shook. We are breathing on their neck. Pause. Well, listen, where are you guys feeling about the title race now then, lads? Yeah, let's move it on to the title race talk, right? So we're 2 points behind Arsenal right now. We're 1 goal behind on goal difference. We both played the same amount of games. They've got to come to the Etihad in April. So as it stands, we still got to beat them in April. They've got a big game tomorrow. They'll get Spurs, new manager. Tarek, let me throw it off for you. How are you feeling about the title race right now? Where you at, bro?
So I would say, 2-3 weeks ago, I said that this team isn't good enough. I think we had dropped points in the second half. I said that we weren't good enough. And they've now come back. They beat Liverpool. They've shown that this team is getting better every day. And so I think that we're definitely in a title race. Quite honestly, I think Arsenal should have put this away a while ago, but they kept us in it, and now they're going to pay for that. We're going to come back. We're going to win this league, and they're going to look at themselves in the mirror, and they're going to have to say that they bottled it because they should have been well up. So yeah, we're definitely in a title race.
Yeah,
I
think
it's
we're
definitely
there.
on now, bro. It's sorry, bro. Go on, Danny.
I think we're there, but Sam Lee tweeted this out. He says, why does every game have to be a war? I think we need to see more Fulhams where we just blow teams away. Maybe not 4 or 5-0, but if we play this game 11 more times, we will not win it 11 times. Like that Barnes shot would go in at one point, and that's 2 points dropped. We have to start looking better across a full 90 if we realistically want to win the league. We are definitely in the title race, though. But
let me just read something out for you guys. Yeah, this is I'm just gonna expose my uncle here. Yeah, so the guy texted me when Arsenal were playing the other day. He texted me. He was like, "Can we meet at your parents tonight to witness a massacre and the burial of Wolverhampton Wanderers by the Premiership Undertakers?" I'm like, "Right, okay, I'm gonna be there 8 p.m. sharp." He's there like, "No. Come 10 minutes before so that you can have a chance of seeing the Undertakers warming up. The Undertakers got taken to the cleaners, big man." What we saying now, bro? Listen, for me, the title is ours. Okay, you shouldn't even leave the window open for Man City. The Sharks are there. Let them test out our nut. Yeah, like Turkey said, fam. Let them test out our nut, fam. Big pause, just saying. Yeah, man.
Nah, that's joke, bro. You know what? We see that Wolves game, LB. Yeah, I don't know if you remember, right, but I was weirdly optimistic going into that Wolves game because they're the games, where you fuck up. And when they quickly scored 5 minutes in, I was like, oh, shit. Turn that shit off. You know what I mean? But I was optimistic, man. And, you know, Wolves, they went and proved me right. They're the games right there. Nobody wants to go to a shithole, on a late midweek night. Do you get me? There's plenty of opportunities to fuck up in this title race. Trust me. It's against the Wolves. It's against the fucking Bournemouths and, you know, Leeds and these kind of teams. That's where you win the league, you know, them nights.
Yeah.
I trust Arsenal more to like win games comfortably, but if it's a close game, we've got more X factor. Arsenal don't have that guy. Saka's streaky. I like him at his peak, but usually you don't know what you're getting out of him. Odegaard
he's past his peak now, isn't it, LB?
Don't know what Gyökeres does. There's no X factor in that team. And Arsenal will have tight games. They will have more games like that Wolves game decided by 1 goal. And I don't know if they can come out on top in those games. I
do hear what you're saying. They've not got the firepower in it. So in the tight matches, we're more likely to win because we've got the firepower that can get us a goal.
More people
Yes,
that can
you don't win title races by winning every game 5-0. I know I want us to win more games more comfortably, but again, there's going to be more games like Newcastle for us. There's going to be more games like Wolves for them. And I trust us more to pull those games out. I don't know if I trust us to be Arsenal right here and now. That's a question for a couple months down the line. But in those tight games, I think we've got the edge. I just don't know if we can stay consistent enough for it to matter. So we'll have to see.
I'm so optimistic, man. Honest to God. Like, especially, with the game that we play them, I am so confident to play them, especially at our ground, because I think they're going to be beaten before that first whistle's blown. I think they're shitting themselves.
Bro, I
And I
never
love it.
understand it when I'm listening to Arsenal fans, talking about when we go to the Etihad, it's going to be belt to ass. Like, but when do you come to the Etihad and do that to us? I don't understand this confidence. Like I've said before, it's
in the
fake
business end of the
confidence, bro.
season as well, bro.
Like,
You get me?
it doesn't make sense. It's like, how do you, bro, the definition of insanity is doing the same thing over and over, expecting different results. They've been here before. It's been like this before, and yet they're talking like this is something new. I don't understand this fan base, bro. I don't understand it.
I mean, the form they're in, we might not even need to win that game by the time we play them, man, because they've won 2 in 7. Do you know what I mean? And like tomorrow, listen, I'm not expecting a lot from chicken on the ball, yeah, but like, are you gonna have some pride tomorrow, Tottenham, mate? You're in a relegation scrap, and your rivals are top of the league. Are you just gonna allow that? Yeah, you just gonna allow that to happen, mate? You got to do something to it at home as well. Spurs tomorrow, man. Do you know what I'm saying?
This is the mad thing with Tottenham, bro. Yeah, I just ask one thing for them. Just pretend you're playing against Man City. Just turn up and play like Real Madrid, like you do every time you play us. Yeah. What is up with that team, man? They're the weirdest fucking team in the world, bro. They play against Man City, yeah, and they turn into animals. Can't you just do that tomorrow night, please? Just don't shit yourselves.
Apparently, you know that Tudor guy. Apparently, he's only trained with 12 players because they're all injured. Seen it South Sky, they were saying that his training sessions, he's only had 12 players in his training session.
I'll blow the dust off my boots for him, yeah.
Oh, you do a job at centre half, yeah, against Gyökeres. I do a job against Gyökeres.
That guy would be a light word, mate. You don't even move. The guy just stand there, mate. You don't even need a fucking defender to mark him, bro. The guy's stiff, man.
Yeah. Now going back to the whole title race, though, I think that Danny then speaking about Sam Lee, yeah, I do think that is right, yeah. Like, I think if we play 11 more games like tonight, I don't think we'll win it, because that will take so much energy out of the team, mentally and physically. Add that to the cup matches. We're in all 4 competitions. I think that, like, I'm not even asking to batter them 5-0, but I feel like we've got to try and get 2-3-0 up and then just chill. Like we did against Fulham. Like Fulham second half, we weren't great, but we was kind of calm. Like and listen, again, today's one of the harder games we've got to play, right? So we got to bear that in mind. But we've got to be a bit better on the ball, try to kill things off, because that tonight, the lads put a lot of energy into that game tonight, and we can't do that for 11 more matches with Champions League, with FA Cup, with Carabao Cup final, because we'll be fucking knackered. Yeah, we'll be done by end of March. So we've got to try and find a way of getting a few goals up, yeah, and then just chilling in the second half and passing the ball around for 90 minutes, man. I feel like we do need to do that. I think that Sam Lee thing, like, why is it not every game can be a war? Yeah, a couple of them can, and a couple of them will, but we have to try and find a way of be better in the second half and keep the ball a little bit. I don't know how we do that, man, because it's not happening at the moment, innit? But we got to try and find a way. We do.
I hear what you're saying, bro. Yeah, but at the same time, LB, like if you look at our bench today, I see a reasonably good squad now. You know what I mean? We're all coming to fitness, so
and still Doku to come back too.
If we use our squad, bro, let's fight every game. Then let's make every game a war, because I believe that we've got the squad to be able to.
But do you think that, right? So let me ask you a question. Yeah, do you think that we can do that now in like 90% of the games for the rest of the season, or do you not think we'll burn out?
I think you know what we're like here. I think we're like one of those boxers that have to get into a toe-to-toe fight. That's the kind of team I think.
You feel like we need to go to war?
Yeah, I think that suits us, bro. I really do. I hear what you're saying.
Yeah, but these boxers, have one fight a year, bro.
Yeah.
They have one fight every 12 months, and then they have 12 months recovery.
I'm trying to get the war hat out. Do you know what I mean, bro? Just give me, just let me just finish this season this way.
Fight and win.
That's Man City, bro. For me, we got think about it as well. I know it sounds like the guy don't even exist anymore. We got John Stones coming back. We got a big squad, bro. We got guys to use, man.
They're all coming back now.
You know what I mean? Haaland looked revitalized today. He looked fresh. He looked fit.
He looked good, man.
We got Phil Foden that's barely playing any minutes. Can he come into life? You know, we've got
HD Lewis, yeah. What you make on my shout that we've missed Savinho?
Bro, I'll tell you this, yeah. I've been a little bit of a Savinho hater because the guy was just like dead in front of goal and whatever. But when I listen to certain Pep Guardiola in press conferences saying that he loves what he's seeing in training, you know, Savinho can bring this to the... I listen to Pep, bro. So, okay, Pep, show me. You know what I mean? If you're going to big this guy up to this level, then I'll trust Pep. And I will allow Savinho to go and show me that. And bro, Savinho brings things to the team. I'm not delusional. He does bring certain things to the team. So, you know, I don't mind Savinho, man. But ultimately, I'm a Pep follower, bro. So
I think this Savinho discourse is just proven that early in the season he was scapegoated. Because when we were struggling, when we were inconsistent, everyone was like, Savinho shit, Savinho shit. We're on a string of wins now. The vibes are good. Everyone's like, yeah, Savinho's coming. Like, what's changed? What's changed? He's been out for 2 months. Only our form's changed. He's not changed as a player. I've always believed in him.
He was bad.
What I do think,
Danny, bro.
But what I do think has changed, though,
in front of goal. I agree, and I do believe in him. I think there's a fine line for me. Believing and trusting is two different things. I trust Haaland. I trust Cherokee. Savinho, I believe in him. I don't see the vision right now, but a few months down the line.
Yeah. I like that.
But I think the thing that's different. Yeah. I think the thing that's different, though, when at the beginning of the season we didn't have a Semenyo, we didn't have some of these people in the team, and so we were depending on Savio. We were thinking we needed him to go do something. We don't need him now. He can come in and really just be an outlet in the second half. We need to get the ball. We need to hold on to the ball. We need to progress it up the pitch. He can just do a job. We're not looking for him to go be the one that gets goals. Those things will help. We'll take some goals and some assists, but we've got Semenyo in there now. We've got these other players that can come in and do those things that he kind of struggled with, and the things that he does well are the things that he can focus on now. Pick the ball up, progress it down the pitch, and either just keep the ball so we can keep it, or play the ball into Haaland, because he can put a ball in. He can do that. We don't need him to go score goals all the time.
Now, you know what, Tarek, you're absolutely spot on there, bro, because like you say, earlier in the season, before we had Semenyo, we needed Savio to do something that Savio can't really do, which is score goals. Yeah, and now he should be able to score a few fucking goals. He should be able to score more than one Prem goal in 18 months. But that's obviously not right now his strengths. Now you've got Semenyo. Yeah, everyone's today saying Semenyo giving the ball away, Semenyo losing the ball too easy. Well, that's what Savinho can do. Savinho can come on in the second half when you are under the pressure and get you up the pitch and win free kicks and keep the ball.
Yeah.
I think you called it the Grealish role.
The Grealish role, man.
Yeah, and Cherokee's doing a bit of that as well. But I think the goalposts have moved for Savinho, but more so they've moved to where they should be. I think they were in a spot where they shouldn't have been, expecting him to score game in, game out. I think the responsibility's taken off him now. I think he can do what he's best at, finding players in the box. Like you said, Marmoush scores goals, doesn't look pretty doing it. Semenyo scores goals, doesn't look pretty doing it. He takes players on, he finds players in the box, and he wins fouls. That's something that Marmoush and Semenyo don't really excel at. So again, he can play the way he's used to now that he's got players scoring the goals for him.
Yeah, he definitely brings qualities, bro, to the team. The things that we don't have, again, like you say. Doku is a big one for me. You have to try and get him in the team, I believe, when he's back fit, because I think he's again a guy that brings something that rarely anyone in the world's got. He's one of the best in the world at what he does, Doku. So
he's another player, Steve, that gets you up the pitch when you're under pressure in the second half, getting cooked. He's another player that can take the ball up the pitch without needing to pass it. And that is
fair options, bro.
We've massively missed players in the last 2 months who can do that in the second half.
We haven't actually had any width, really, when you think about it, bro. Like the last couple of games, we haven't had that. Like majority of the season, we've had wingers to look to. A lot of times it hasn't really worked, but in the last couple of games, you've seen like it's very narrow. We're trying to play 3 teams. It's kind of difficult, but we miss having that option just out wide to give it to a Doku, and he will guarantee you that he'll beat the man and at least try and make something happen. We haven't had that. But...
Yeah, I think the current system right now would actually suit Doku to a T. If Doku comes back, gets starts, I don't want him doing what he did a month ago and pushing him out wide. Keep him in the central role.
Yeah.
4-2-2-2. If he plays in the 2, like right behind the strikers, mate, that's a player right there.
Oh, yeah, 100%. But even if he is on the wings, which I don't want him there, but even if he is on the wings, he'll still help us get up the pitch.
Yes.
Yeah.
Obviously, you're not going to see the best Doku.
People actually don't realise how good this guy is inside, bro. People underestimate as well his passing ability. Have you seen how many crazy passes this guy can make through the? Yeah. I don't know.
Well, I don't know where the fuck he comes from, bro.
But this guy makes like KDB-esque passes, bro. Some of his through balls. It's like he doesn't think too much. He just fucking does it.
And he actually can connect with heart. Because that's been my problem over the last 2 years. Is like I've been unable to accept that a winger has had so few assists to Erling Haaland, and people are just like, "Oh, it's not an issue." I'm like, it is a fucking issue. Yeah, I think he had 1 assist to Haaland in 2 years, and I was like, this is fucking diabolical. Now, when he plays inside, it opens up that pass inside to Haaland, and Haaland can take it. And he's had I think he's assisted Haaland like 5 times this season. And like people are like, oh, where's that come from? It's come from the fact that he's getting Doku in the middle, which therefore gets him closer to Haaland. Yeah, and it opens up Doku to go right and left on the ball, where he's on the left-hand side. He's hitting the byline and crossing the ball with his left foot. So this is why, for me, I get frustrated when I see Pep put Doku back on a touchline, because it's like, it just kills him. Now, obviously, in certain situations, certain tactical games or whatever, Pep might want him to do that because of whatever it might. You can get an extra midfielder in there, but I think we've massively missed Doku over the last 6 weeks, and I think we've missed Savinho in the last 6 weeks. I think we've missed ball carriers. We've had too many passes, pass, and the ball's just not hitting where it needs to go. The ball's just been coming back to us in the second half. How many times do we have the ball in the second half? Not just tonight. I'm talking about last 6 weeks. We play the ball out and we just lose it, and it's straight back at us. Because we try to pass it. When you have those ball carriers, the Kovacic's, the Savinhos, the Dokus,
bro, today, in that second half, I was getting so frustrated at how much we was just losing the ball aimlessly, losing the ball so much, giving away possession so cheaply. But the one thing I did give credit to us for doing in the second half is the fact that we did fight. We fucking fought and we defended our balls off, and we made sure that we kept it solid, regardless of not having the ball. I seen a comment earlier on in the show. So someone said the best way to defend is by keeping the ball. I absolutely agree. But if you can't keep the ball, then please defend. And we did that so well. So, I've got to give credit for that. But it was so frustrating how much we was giving that ball away in that second half. I was getting so vexed, bro.
Yeah, I think Flicks in the chat has nailed it. The message is a bit up, but he says needs to be one of Doku and Savinho and one of Marmoush and Semenyo next to Haaland. And I absolutely agree. I think if you put both Doku and Savinho, you're going to get back to where you were in the start of the season, where it's only Haaland scoring your goals.
For sure.
And if you have both Marmoush and Semenyo, you're going to have ball retention issues. And that's what we saw today. I think that's part of it. You've got 2 wingers. I don't think either of them are really a winger. I think they're more strikers playing out wide, per se. With 2 trampolines on their feet, you can't keep the ball like that. You need 1 Doku, 1 Savinho. Do they score? No. But they set up your striker, and they keep the ball very, very well. So I think you need one of each type of winger. I think that's the best for Manchester City for the short term.
Yeah. No, I hear it, man. I hear it. So what you guys in the chat are saying, man. Jeremy told, this guy's the Doku goal. He says, Herbal, to be fair, Doku had the most chances created. Cherky pass it. Yeah, this is the Doku glaze from Jeremy Doku, the goal. What about Foden? Bro, at the moment, Foden's just got to be a bench player until he improves, man. That's just the way it is for me.
Yeah.
Just like any other player, you know what I mean?
I bring back my trust versus believe with players. He's right in between for me. I trust him because I know what he can do. We've seen it 23-24, our best player. But again, his form's just been so whack recently where it's like, if I throw him in, I'm not sure if he's going to produce.
What does that mean for contract talks, right? Because we know he's up for a new contract. If he doesn't play and or perform, you can't justify paying him $300,000+ a week. But at the same hand, it feels like you can't let this guy leave. He is Mr. Man City, if I could say it that way. You can't let him leave the club. So what do you do in that scenario?
I think they'll do exactly what they did with Ruben Diaz. When Ruben Diaz got the contract that he didn't really deserve at the time based on his form, he got the contract and then his performances went through the roof. he got back to his best, didn't he? I remember when he got that contract. I did the stream and I was like, listen, like fair play, whatever. But based on his performances, he probably didn't deserve it. And then literally, as soon as he signed that contract, his performances just got better. The thing is with Foden, you're going to have to give him the contract, man. But at the same time, like his performances do need to massively improve because, if not, you've got a player on the bench that can come on and maybe do something, man. But in terms of starting, he's in the position that everybody else is in. Like until he gets better, then he'll just be bench player, and you've got a good player to bring off the bench. I still don't like seeing these stats that that show me that he's running the most. I don't like it. I don't like it, man. Like, yeah, big up to him. He's working hard and that. But when I seen that stat, man, the other day that said he ran the most distance in the Premier League, yeah, I don't want to see Phil Foden running the most distance in the Premier League. Like, big up, man. Like, thank you for running and trying hard and that. But yeah, the thing is, the Safar, this is the point though, yeah. I feel like he's working too hard and trying too hard. And that stat proved it, that he's run the most minutes or run the most distance out of any player in the Premier League this season. I don't think that's right. I don't want Foden sprinting around the gaff the whole 90 minutes. I want him danger, man. Yeah, in the pockets and then get the ball, boom. Now, I get that he might have been doing a different role in that, but is that better for him? Is that better for Manchester City? Because he was doing it. Because the one thing that I would say about Foden this year is he's done a lot of defensive work that goes unnoticed. Yeah, amount of time I've been watching a game and like Foden's just doing a tackle on the edge of the box or clearing the ball in the edge of the box. Like great defensive work that goes unnoticed. But that's not what Foden is he? Foden's the guy that gets the goals. Foden's the guy that gets the assists. So I don't know. Hopefully we can get Foden away from that sort of doing a lot of the donkey work, running up and down the pitch for 90 minutes. Because I don't want to see him do that.
Yeah, and I understand, like, Martin posts this point. This is his role now. This is his new role. But he's not going to hit his ceiling playing like this, like you said.
No.
His best moments have been just sat on the edge of the box. I guess I don't want to say poaching goals because he scores some absolute screamers, but just being in the danger zone, just being right outside the box, executing the final action. That's where he's best.
Yeah. So, no, I hear it, man. Yeah, I agree. Anything else from you, boys? Any topics that you guys wanted to cover?
Well, we don't have Pulpy here to ask a 2-hour-long question, unfortunately.
Well, Pulpy would be coming on, trying to do some sort of Gay or Huzanov. I thought Gay had another good game, lads.
Oh, he was tremendous, yeah.
He's so fucking good, man.
I don't think he's put a foot wrong since he's been here. But that's why we went and got him. He's exceptional.
Yeah, I agree. I'm struggling to think of him single mistake, man. He's a top player, man. He's a top player. So comfortable on the ball. I just like the fact he actually loves defending. I think, because if you go back to last year, our centre-backs last year, it was almost like they didn't want to defend. This guy actually wants to defend. Yeah, he's blocking everything, great on the ball. Yeah, I think he's class player. And again, the fact we got him there for 20 million is absolutely incredible. He could be the difference. If we win the league, he could be the difference, He could be the difference between us. Because, I mean, for me, we don't win that game at Liverpool without Matt Gay.
No, absolutely not. We do not.
Agreed.
Because we probably go 2 or 3-0 down without Matt Gay. So for me, he's already got us 3 points. Been a big part of the reason we got 3 points at Anfield. Because I legit don't think we win that game without Matt Gay. Because I think we go 2 or 3-0 down the amount of chances that they had. Yeah.
Yeah.
City Till I Die says LB, he's doing more running because we're not keeping the ball well enough, so he's having to run into spaces to receive the ball. Maybe that's part of the reason. Maybe it is because we're not as good or whatever keeping the ball. But I also feel like he has been playing in a deeper position though, bro, which means he's got to do a lot more work, like a lot more running, which I don't really want to see. Foden might not be on the plane to the World Cup, bro. He's at risk, man. Honestly, I think he is at risk. He might not be going to the World Cup at this rate. I'll be real. Which,
especially,
to be honest,
especially because Palmer's heating up now. I know he was awful today, but he's heating up again. So,
bro, real talk, yeah. Like from a selfish point of view, it would be probably better for City if he didn't go to the World Cup, man. You know what I mean? But obviously, I want our players to go to a World Cup. I want our players to success. I big up Colin is an Arsenal fan. He says, "Great show, guys. Think you have it."
Wow, that's big.
1 at a time. Hey, 1 at a time for both.
Yeah, and that's what I keep saying. We just got to win the game in front of us.
Their 2, yeah, I know you're going to do that, yeah, but I don't do that, yeah. Their next 2 games, man, are huge, man. Spurs and Chelsea.
It's Chelsea that I'm looking at because
I don't have any confidence.
Since Rosinier's come in, I don't think he's lost by more than a goal before. That's going to be a tight game.
I think the Chelsea one's more where I'm looking at because if Chelsea turn up on the day, Chelsea can be serious. Is it at the Bridge or is it at Emirates?
It's at the Emirates, but again, Rosinier keeps it tight, man. That's what I've noticed.
I
He's
think
only
Arsenal
lost to
dust them
Arsenal,
tomorrow.
and both times it was by 1 goal. So
Yeah, I think Arsenal dust them tomorrow, and then I think Chelsea's the game where I'm hoping for something. Yeah, but like someone said before, it's like I don't look at Arsenal against the Spurses and the Chelseas and go, they're the games that they'll drop points. I actually just look at the other games.
That's fair. It's
the Brentfords,
yeah.
the Bournemouths. You know what I mean? And it's like, yo, this game they should be comfortable. And it's like, yo, they fucking drew. And it was like, yo, what the hell? I think they're the games that Arsenal can kind of struggle in a little bit, you know, rather than the bigger games. Because Arteta's record against big teams is very good. He's got a very good record against big teams. Yeah, I don't know why the two so good, but see what else you guys are saying in the chat. In fact, I think I've got a couple of chats here. Yo, big up to Trick, says Tottenham Hotspur, can you do something for me? Nah, they're not going to, bro. Well, we'll watch it.
I was going to say,
we'll watch
it's
it.
nice to think about it, but
it's chicken on a ball, man. You can never, ever ask chicken on a ball for a favour. They'll never help you out, man. It's just the way
3-1 Arsenal and Gabriel to score. That's what I'd bet on.
Yeah.
Because he just had a howler the last game, so he usually does come back and make up for it.
It also feels like he always scores against Tottenham. It might have only been the one last season, but it just feels like he always scores against them. Maybe I'm just thinking of last season, but I don't know.
Yeah, big up Stop Online Hate says Savio will score a hat-trick this season. Hashtag quad time.
What, in your career mode?
I was going to say, again, love to see it, but I don't know when that's going to happen unless it's a...
Let's just start off with scoring a goal, bro, yeah? We don't need to, jump from scoring a goal to a hat-trick in one chat, yeah? Let's just start off with getting a goal, and then maybe we can start talking about braces and hat-tricks later on.
Yeah, that's like Arsenal fans. Oh, we're going to win the quadruple. You haven't even won 1 yet, let alone 4. What are we doing?
Bookmark it. All right, bro. All right, come back when he scores a hat-trick, man. Yeah, sweet. Rodri signed a team mega today. Yeah, I feel like Rodri's fitness levels are just getting better and better. I feel like today he wasn't protected as much today with Nico O'Reilly because, as we said at the start of the stream, Nico O'Reilly was playing a lot further advanced, but he didn't seem to get as exposed as much as he did against United and Boldo a month ago when he got rinsed.
Yeah. Very good off ball, on ball, little spotty. Few long passes going out of play, going right to Newcastle. That I really appreciate in that second half.
It still confuses me why Nico Gonzalez can't get any run when Rodri's back. Like Pep refuses to play them together, and Rodri is not likely coming off. So Nico, who was really, really good at the beginning of the season, now just feels like he's wasted on the bench. And it's like, come on, man, Pep, what are you doing?
So you're sort of raising the point again that Capone was making before about the subs. You know what it is with Pep, I think? I think Pep is someone that doesn't like making too many subs because he doesn't want to change the flow of the game.
Yeah.
And even when things are not going particularly well, it's almost as if like it's better the devil you know. So when he's watching the team and maybe we're not playing particularly well and maybe the opposition have the ball, even if they've got the ball, so long as Pep feels like we're not at imminent danger of conceding. And I checked the XG. I don't know if everyone likes XG, but in that second half, even though it felt like we were getting absolutely rinsed, Spurs only had an XG of 0.3. Newcastle had an XG of 0.3, right? For the people that like the XG stats, yeah. I'm not too fussed on them, right? But that's what it was. So I feel like with Pep Guardiola, he's probably looking at that, right? And we're all fucking panicking because we're fans, we're emotional. We're getting fucking rinsed. I think he's looking at it going, okay, we don't have the ball. This is not ideal. However, I'm not at imminent threat of conceding a goal. And if I make a change to try and stop them from being better than us, even though they're not at imminent threat of scoring, I could make it worse. And I think that's how Pep feels. I feel like Pep is someone that feels like I'm not just going to make a sub because I feel like it could make it worse. Because otherwise, all right, and you don't agree with me? Cool, give me the answer then. Because there must be an answer. And that's what I think the answer is. I think Pep's almost too worried that he's going to make it worse by making a sub, so we'll just not make a sub in that situation.
And if that is the case, he would have just had something to reinforce that because he brought on Nico Gonzalez to pair with Rodri against Tottenham when he conceded 15 seconds later. So, I mean, I can see why he thinks that. It might be more deeply rooted, maybe earlier in his tenure, but I don't know.
That's what I think. That's what I genuinely think that's the case. I think Pep's almost like bet the devil, you know, and we might be getting cooked, but we're not going to concede. We don't look like conceding, so I'm not going to fucking change it. I'll just allow it. Yeah. Now, would I manage like that? No, but I'm not a fucking manager. If I was a manager, I'd have had Bernardo. I already told you. If I was a manager, 60, 70 minutes, I'm taking one off Bernardo, Rodri, or Nico G off every game. Nico O'Reilly off. I'm putting Nico G on for 20 minutes. But I'm not a fucking manager. Pep's the manager, and he's just got us a 2-1 win. So, you know, you can't really say he's not fucking doing the wrong thing. You know what I mean? Now, again, going back to what we were saying before about, you know, tiredness and longevity, can we keep doing this every game? Probably not. But are we going to be in wars like that every game for now until the rest of it? Probably not.
Yeah, not everyone.
Yeah, we got Leeds coming up. We got Forest coming up. We got fucking West Ham coming up. Like we might be. I'm not saying we won't. But
Leeds will be hard. Leeds are
going to be hard. But the point I'm making is like we're not going to be in wars like that every game for the rest of the season. In those games, they're the games where you'll probably see Nico G come off the bench.
Yeah, sure.
See what else you guys are saying in the chat, man. Shout out to Mark. I think this guy's an Arsenal fan. He says, City were fantastic tonight. A great professional performance. City mentality is incredible. That's the difference between City and Arsenal, says Mark. Big up to you, bro. Big game for you tomorrow, man. O'Reilly has more goals than Rodrigo and Savinho this season with 4 goals, says BN. Yeah, that is mad, bro. I can't lie.
Mad.
Dom says, I want to see Rodri, O'Reilly, Nico G on at the same time. I don't think we're going to see that, though. Not with Bernardo. And Bernardo's playing. I think Bernardo... Someone put a message in the chat. I can't remember, super chat or whatever. Someone put a message before about Bernardo Silva. It was a super chat. And I think this form that Bernardo's in at the moment is the best form he's been in over 2 years. And I agree with Danny, actually. I feel like today, out of the last 6 weeks, I feel like today was probably one of the lower performances, but it's still a good performance. But I think this current form that Bernardo's on, I think this is the best form that he's been in over 2 years. I really do. And it's pretty mad, yeah, because, like, bro, I would have quite happily let this guy go last summer. Honestly, man. Rare L for me. I don't make many L mistakes. Chat,
what? That one and the Doku Savinho one?
My ball knowledge is pretty... Wait a sec, yeah. Chill. Yeah. Listen, at the end of the day, yeah, I made a rare mistake on that one, Danny. Yeah, no need to bring that one.
Both of these are now rare mistakes.
Listen, mate, yeah, I'm live every day, possibly twice, and I've been live every day for 5 years. You're gonna fucking do a couple stinkers,
You're gonna make
mate.
some.
You're gonna make a few errors at times. Yeah, listen, I'm not claiming to be perfect.
I've got to hold you accountable, innit?
Yeah, you do.
Wait, that's the one. Oscar Bob. That's the third one. Called him our best winger.
Oscar Bob got done.
He might have been at the time.
Oscar Bob, listen, I stand by my Oscar Bob take. Yeah, if Oscar Bob didn't get his leg break, he would have been a world-class winger. Edin Dzeko's got like 6 GA for Schalke in 3 games, so you can chill on that one.
In the second division, because he couldn't put it in the Serie A.
They're bringing up all your takes. This is so funny.
Chalobah's fucking mega. Douglas Luiz on loan was a loan emergency signing.
He couldn't cut it at this stage in Italy. He won the Golden Boot 16-17 with Roma. So
I say again, Edin Dzeko's got like 6 GA in 3 games for Schalke. Next. Free transfer, that would have been as well, by the way. Free transfer, yeah? Listen. Echebenchi. Oh, you mean he played a key part of beating Barcelona on Monday night? Did you watch that, Danny?
Yeah, I saw him come on. He was quite good.
Quite good, he said, against Barcelona. You hear that, chat? Guys hardly played football for a year, was quite good against Barcelona. Yeah, you see that run that he did for the goal?
I did. Well, wasn't it separate from the goal? Or was there one?
No, it's a goal. He ran with it, and then like he deflected, and then the guy shot and went in. Yeah.
I thought he came on at 2-1 up. Guess I was wrong then.
No. Don't try and play down at your Messi, man. Come on, guys. Yeah. Oh, Chalobah's a good player, man. He's a good player, bro.
He's going to have to be a good player because he's going to be starting next week at the Emirates because Fofana's suspended.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, shit, he got sent off.
He got sent off today.
Fucking Burnley, bro.
Yeah.
I predicted that. You can ask some of my mates. I predicted 2-2, and it was 1-1. 3 p.m. kickoff at Stamford Bridge against a shit team is banker Chelsea don't win for some reason. It's always 3 p.m. against a shit team. They never win. I don't know why.
That is mad how they drew today against Burnley, mate. What's the top 5 saying now? Because I've not even looked at it. Yo, big up Tarek, man. See you in a bit, bro.
Appreciate you, man.
And then there were 2. Let's have a look at top 5 now, yeah? So, top 5. Yeah, I'll bring it up on screen. Chat can see. Right, here's the top 5 rates now here. So, What you saying? So Chelsea, but they've played an extra game. United play tomorrow.
United have Everton away on Monday, I think.
Oh, away. Ooh.
Yeah, Everton are
Liverpool. Oh, Liverpool play Forest away tomorrow, don't they?
Yeah, under the new manager that Forest have. And
Yo, Brentford lost today.
They lost to Brighton at home 2-0, yeah.
Bro, if Brentford would have won today, they could have been a serious like top 4 challenger.
I know.
I mean, they still might be there, innit?
I still think Keith Andrews gets manager of the season no matter what.
What for Brentford?
I don't think Pep or Arteta has really covered themselves.
Bro, real talk, yeah. Rare L from me. I had them to get relegated.
I don't think I did. I think I had Sunderland going down, and that was awful.
No, that was a W take. I had Sunderland doing well. As soon as they signed Granit Xhaka, I was like, they're going to be sick. They're going to be mint team. They've fallen off a bit, innit? But
I saw Granit Xhaka, and I'm like, that's just Fulham signing Seri in 18-19. High-profile player, but they're going down anyway.
Yeah. No, I had Brentford to go down, man. When they saw them Bumo, Flecken left, Visser left, I was like, nah, these, and then they got Keith Andrews. I was like, nah, these guys are cooked, man. Relegation rhythm. But nah, they've smashed it. And shout out to them.
I had them 17th because there's always a team that people predict to underperform and they don't. Like Huddersfield, like 8 years ago, everyone said they're going to get 20th place and break the all-time points record, and they got like 17th. And then
I'll tell you what, Danny. Yeah, I'll tell you a manager that needs to get spoken about more. Yeah, David Moyes, man. He is I know he's the ex-United manager, yeah, but he's only there 6 months, so allow it. He is a very good manager. He is a very, very good manager, mate.
Right, like Joe was talking earlier about like the league adapting and O'Reilly fitting in. He's like that as a manager. He's been here since Barclays days, early 2010s, 2000s with Everton. Then he got the United job, 7th place, got sacked mid-season. But the fact he keeps getting job after job after job with different clubs.
No, he was there early 2000s, Moyes.
Oh, yeah, right.
He done like 15 years or something, I swear down.
Yeah, no, he's been around for a while. He was at Everton for ages, and they got United got him off him, and he barely survived there. He was crap.
Yeah. Sir Alex Ferguson said, make sure you back the manager. There's going to be some tough times. They sacked him within 6 months. So I'll be up to him. They're doing all right. Sunderland, they'll take that all day long. They're safe. These guys are useless, man. Absolute fucking useless. Most useless club in the country. Yeah, for some reason, whenever we play them, it's a cup final and they get right up for it. Fucking pathetic. Yeah. Pathetic club. Absolutely pathetic. Come on, Spurs, man. Do something tomorrow, bro. Yeah, you have some fucking personal pride. Bro, they're only 4 points off of relegation. That is mad.
Have you talked about Brighton with this chat before? Because they have fallen off a cliff. They used to be like proper European.
The thing is with Brighton, yeah, Brighton's model is not sustainable. Don't care what anybody tells me. Their model of signing players the way they sign is not sustainable.
Well, they treat it like a trading card game, don't they? They celebrate profit as opposed to like winning games, and that's
it's not a sustainable model in my opinion. Go into like lower leagues and buying random players because the price is just going to go up because every time Brighton knock on the door, you're going to go, oh.
That's Brighton, a good point, actually, yeah.
Why Brighton want to buy this player off us for 5 mil? Like, oh, that's a 100 mil player. They must see something. And 2, they're probably looking at the same data that everybody else is looking at now because everyone does data.
Yeah.
So now they're competing with Chelsea because Chelsea do the data and all these other clubs do the data. So I just don't think that is I don't think personally, that is a sustainable model, if I'm being completely honest with you, yeah. But Spurs, man. Bro, if Spurs get beat tomorrow, yeah, they're legit 4 points off of safety. Have you seen their fixtures?
Are they nasty, Karl? I know Chelsea's are getting mental.
Are they nasty? I check these fixtures out. Yeah, this Tudor's got this guy. I know he said in the presser that he said that they're 100% going to be in the.
I don't think Tudor's ever lost like his first game at a new club. I think he's got like 6 wins and a draw, so that bodes well for tomorrow. But he was absolutely terrible at Juventus. So I've got
check these fixtures. Yeah, I think these fixtures are disgusting, man. I'm not going to lie. Right, so. Arsenal tomorrow, yeah.
Yeah, that's bad.
Fulham away at the Cottage, yeah. Palace at home. Now
they'll win that. Palace are a sinking ship.
Well, yeah, you say that, but they've been terrible at their own ground, haven't they? But yeah, maybe Anfield.
They'll lose.
Forest at home. That's a fucking relegation 6 point.
I was about to say relegation 6 pointer. Yeah, crazy.
Yeah, Sunderland away. They've not lost a game at home all season.
Swear they just lost one.
They just lost. Maybe they just lost. Oh yeah, Liverpool beat them, didn't they? Van Dijk.
Van Dijk. That's right.
Brighton at home, Wolves, and then they got Villa away, Leeds, Chelsea away, Everton at home. Man, I think their fixtures are raw, man.
They're in trouble, but then again, a lot of the teams down there are just crap. I think if they get they're about 8 points away from being fine, and that's just 2 wins, 2 draws. They'll get that somewhere in there. They'll get that somewhere in there. The big teams never go down. We're going to get boring bottom 3 and then someone like West Ham or Forest, and we'll have to enjoy it.
Hopefully they win tomorrow. Do you know what I mean?
Again, Tudor's got a great record in his first match at a new club, so may that continue.
So we got a week off now, yeah?
We do.
Why?
Because we're not in the playoff.
But why have they not moved that Palace game to next week?
I don't know. Do we get to choose it, or is it Premier League thing? Because Arsenal got theirs moved in.
Have they got Conference League again on Thursday?
Oh yeah, that's why. Because they were.
Is that why
they
got Conference League
or something? Yeah. So yeah, they're gonna have Conference League. So was it you who said it? I think that's gonna get moved to right at the end of the season. We're gonna have a midweek match day 36 or 37. It's gonna be that Palace game.
Yeah, it will be. And then do Arsenal have another game then this week then? Because what's going on?
No, that Wolves was their Carabao rescheduled game.
Right, so now it's just we both play at the same dates.
Yeah, I think we tend to play before them, if that makes any difference. When do they play Chelsea? Oh, they play Chelsea on the Sunday. So we play Leeds on the Saturday. We can put pressure on them if we beat them. But again, really tough place to go.
Oh my God, man. You know what's crazy is you know what's mad, bro, yeah? Is fucking about fucking a month ago, 6 weeks ago, I was tapped out, bro.
I was tapped out after United. I was tapped out after Brighton, in fact. I was done after Brighton. I was almost done after Chelsea. And I think tapped after United. I was like, nah, we ain't fucking winning this league, no chance. And then Arsenal just stopped winning games. It was like, why the hell did Arsenal not just kill us off, man, when they had the chance? Because there's not a single attacking superstar in that team. Declan Rice is a star. Gabriel, Saliba, they're great, but there's no one in that final third that's an X factor. Now, I know a lot of my best friends are Arsenal fans. They love Saka. They think he's doing mega. I'm like, no, he's not. He's not doing enough. I'm sorry. And I kind of rate him at his peak. Again, great player when he's on form, but that form is getting rarer and rarer by the year. Big up, Pulpin, man. Good to see you.
How's it going? All right.
Yeah.
What was the stadium like today, man?
Nervous.
Wasn't it nervous? Yeah,
I'm nervous, mate. I've not heard that for a long time.
I suppose, though, in a weird way, that's kind of good, because that means people legit believe that this is actually on in it. Otherwise, if people weren't nervous, people would just be like, "Yeah, we ain't winning this league."
It were banging, to be fair. Atmosphere was mint. I wasn't expecting to be a sellout, and it was probably 98% full.
It was loud.
The only seats that were empty were kind of like a couple of rows here and there, but it was rocking. But toward that second half, mate, nervous. Every time the ball got given away, and no stinkers today. No, I won't rattle you at all today. It's all right. But
was Ruben Diaz a yellow card liability today?
I mean, he had to take him out, didn't he?
Yeah, he did.
He did. Yeah, he did the right thing, and Pep did the right thing bringing him off.
I expected you to say his leadership made him sub himself off, but you're improving.
Come on. But no, to be fair though, second half was nervy. We were nervous without really even being under any pressure.
That's what I'm saying. I don't know if you heard this thing before, because I checked the XG before, yeah.
Yeah, I was mentioning that, yeah.
0.3.
Yeah, but
they had in the second half.
You know what, right? One thing I'll never get over is,
if you like the XG,
I think every time Donnarumma gets the ball, when we, second half, the ums and ahs, every time he's knocking it across the back, like he's always giving the ball away. And I think I don't think I've ever seen him give the ball away, but everyone's proper nervous. It was just a second. We're just efficient. We're starting to become efficient in the second half now and winning games. Just are.
Yeah, I think
3 months ago would have drawn that or probably lost, but we just seem to be.
Yeah, this is the thing about the second halves, yeah, because even though it's still not great, I think you've got to realize that there is a difference between this second half and the second half that we played against Fulham and the second half that we did against Spurs, Because the difference is, yeah, even though today's second half and the Fulham second half weren't great, and it wasn't great, we don't look like conceding goals. So but against Spurs, we could have conceded like fucking 5 goals in the second half. So even though it's still not great, I feel like we have done something different because we're not open. We're not conceding chance after chance.
Yeah, there's 3 different types. Like Spurs, we were totally out of control. Fulham, we didn't need to be like at our best. We could just chill. Today, we had to be as good as we were to hold on to that result. Like the second half was bad, but that was also because Newcastle just fully boxed us in, and we had to like do all hands on deck like that 2021 season where we were winning games 1-0 left, right, and center. So it had to be. Yeah.
All right, Pulpy, what else you clock from the stadium that we might have missed, bro?
That's why I sit right behind a goal in the third tier so I can see the second half. I don't know if you guys picked up on it, but there was a definite plan to create a pocket for Haaland to just run across the back three, the back four in. It was, you could see it. They could see the way they were building up with the goal kicks and the way that O'Reilly were dropping in and coming into space. It was like O'Reilly came deep at the second half. You know that, or Marmoush it was, dropped deep. Haaland filled that gap and Semenyo went where Haaland was. And it was like, they must have worked on that because it was like fluid, so fluid. You know,
and that's why O'Reilly was going further forward.
Yeah.
Because O'Reilly, in fact, let me get, you know what I'm going to do? Yeah, I'm going to pull up O'Reilly's heat map and see O'Reilly's heat map today. Yeah, compared to like whatever the last game was. What was the last game that we played in the league?
Fulham.
Let me pull up his heat map so we can have a look. Let me share screen. Yeah, line up, right? O'Reilly heat map. And then if I go O'Reilly, matches.
He sacrificed himself in the second half, O'Reilly. He didn't really have much. He didn't really do much other than take up space. He occupied that other centre half quite well.
Yeah, right. So if we look at this, look at this. You can clearly see it. You can clearly see a difference. Right. So this was today. Yeah. So kind of like everywhere, but like you see up front, right? Compared to Fulham.
Yeah, he was.
Yeah,
that's what
stuck in that.
What I expect to see. Like against Fulham and again in the recent games, he's basically just been in this area, in it here, where the red is like on the left hand side. And that allows Nori to bomb up because he covers Nori, and he's just been in this box here. Yeah, can you see my mouse, my cursor?
Yeah. Right over that.
He's basically just been in that box. Whereas, like, obviously today, he actually was hardly there. He was actually hardly in that position. Yeah, and you've seen him a lot more higher up the pitch. So that was obviously a tactical decision from Pep.
Semenyo's position was interesting today as well. He was playing that Doku 10 role, wasn't he? In that first half, the Semenyo, Haaland, Marmoush link up was fucking mint to watch. They didn't particularly pull anything great up, but you could see how they were like, you could see the link up. You just see like they must have been working together, just like constantly interchanging. Haaland was quite. I don't know if the heat map showed, but Haaland played quite deep today, didn't he?
That's Haaland's heat map.
Yeah,
Let me have
deep.
a look at his.
Look how deep he is on the right side.
So that was his heat map today, and then fucking hell. That's his heat map against Fulham.
You know what I mean? Look how it was deep today,
well,
Haaland. And
he only played 45 minutes against Fulham, so
yeah,
he was deep today. You know, that's unlike Haaland. That
I feel like
right side channel a bit.
When you play Haaland a bit deeper, if he's not shit on the ball, like it enables him to link up the play. And listen, I always say he's never going to be a Harry Kane, right? But he's not terrible. He can do it. And today he was linking up play a bit, you know what I mean? And it was kind of deep. I thought he had a good game, and I think you defo could tell he had a rest, or he's not played in a week because he looked fresh.
Yeah,
and now he's got another week off before we got a Leeds. So if you think about it now, when we got a Leeds, and trust me, Ellen Road's going to be a tough game. So it's probably going to be another slog on Saturday, yeah? But we're going to go to Leeds, and that'll be our second game in 2 weeks. So we should be very, very fresh for that game, man. Very fresh.
Yeah,
and
we've got that game. We've got that game at a good time because the midweeks are going to be all clogged up pretty soon with the round of 16 coming up. So we got that game at a good time.
And we play it knowing that if we win, we put like Danny said, we put the pressure back on on Arsenal because they play Chelsea on a Sunday. So, you know, it's we just got to keep, like the lads have been said, we just got to keep fucking winning games, innit?
Don't matter how we win now. Don't matter. Don't care if we scrape everyone over the line and look shit to the end of the season. Don't matter. It's just about wins.
Mm.
I'd tell you what though. I mean, I've seen it back on the way home, but how Norway didn't score from that,
Mate. Right, listen, yeah, I'm not being funny, mate, yeah, but I'm being serious now. They need to start listening to my recommendations because I've said, 3 weeks ago, when he gets through on goal, he needs to learn the Leroy Sané driller, and he does the same thing every time. He just doesn't do anything. I don't know why he's not learned, or someone's not told him, to fucking left foot, laces through it, bottom right,
take it out. He's always too straight, and he's always like straight. He needs to have a bit of angle.
Yeah.
Michael Owen used to be the best at it. A bit of an angle and just put it into the corner every time. A bit of an angle, corner every time. That's all you need to do. Take a step to the left and stick it in a corner.
Yeah, the thing is, though, Snoops, he tripped over his feet because he's trying to take the man on. Just fucking hit it with your laces and put it in the bottom
that needs
corner.
to be. And Marmoush gets into we need to start hitting the ball, lads. Because you could, when it was flowing, I was thinking to myself, Ireland's in here, and he got close to the ball, and he got close to the net. He's thinking, in his head, he must be thinking, I'm going to get this to Ireland rather than going, I'm fucking in here, I'm having this. When's the game, doesn't it? Yeah, I just watched it back, and I can't believe it. He let Dan Burn, who's like a fridge freezer, get back to him and just walk into him.
Yeah, well, I'll tell you what, though, he's been. The thing is with Marmoush, though, today, some of his shots lack composure. So he's a very good ball striker, but like he just blasted the ball at the goalkeeper.
Yeah, that one, he had a flash shot. He went on for ages. He was proper angry at himself for that. He was fuming.
Yeah. But my techie ball is so good at defending, isn't it? I know it. How good is he defending, man? He's fucking mega at defending. I know I remember when Alanga was running down the right-hand side, and I was thinking, oh, fucking hell, this is going to be dangerous here. Don't take him out. I was thinking, don't take him out. And he just fucking shoulder barged him, didn't he? And said, fuck it off. Sit a bit, mate,
He just fancies it, doesn't he? I think like that. He had a bad start, injured, and then he's gone to AFCON, got some games in there, got up to match speed, and just come in, and it's just, well, fuck it, I'm having it. But it's sort of like he's gone away and actually come back and realise, you know what, I actually fucking belong here. Let's go.
Yeah, but the ironic thing is with Nori is, we all thought we were going to see some mad attacking and like maybe some sus defending. We've actually seen some really good defending. We've not really seen that much.
Attacking.
We've not really seen that much from him going forward yet. So that's what I'm saying. It will come because he's mega.
I tell you what, though, he's faster than I thought he was.
Yeah, he's pretty quick.
Yeah, he's nippy on the wing, and he's just good. Really good.
But the Wolves fans said apparently he's pocketed Salah on a number of occasions. Yeah,
I think at Molineux last season he had quite a good game against him.
So it's not like he's some scrub, man. Yeah. Oh, by the way, you know what? Big up Omar, have you seen this? Haaland's top goal scorer and third highest Premier League assister. How mad's that?
He's got 5 assists now, and I saw the stat on the screen before the game.
I think it's 7, isn't it?
7.
He's a little Cherokee.
Yeah, 7.
He's got 4. He's got 4 in the league, though, right? So he'll be 5 now.
Nah, I think he's got 7. 7
assists. I'm sure I saw a thing saying the most assists in the league. It was 4 on the pre-screens in the game.
Nah, 7. I've got it here. Yeah, 7 assists.
He's in total in the league.
Well, he's only got Prem assists. He ain't got any assists outside the league.
Oh, right. Okay. Fair enough.
Yeah. So he's having a fucking good
2 of the 3 top assisters and 2 of the 3 top goal scorers play for City.
He's not done bad since Jacob was starting him off, has he?
I know. We got to win. When you deep it, we got to win this league, man. We got the top goal scorer. Yeah. We got the 3rd top goal scorer. And we've got 2 out of 3 highest creators.
And you know what, right? I think we've got the best keeper. I think Donnarumma in the last month has been fucking mint.
Yeah, he's class.
Honestly, he's just, don't know. I said at the start he's world class, and I said, like, when I gave him that 9 out of 10, and you rinsed me and said he was fucking nowhere near a 9.
But you was glazing then. And the thing is, as well,
I saw what he brought to the team. He brought something
but the
different.
Thing is, you went too soon. You went.
No, I didn't. I went at the right time.
No,
I went early. I and got it right.
You give him a 9. It was like,
right.
That was way too soon.
But nothing's changed. He was doing what he was doing. He was doing now what he was doing then.
No, because the thing is, that was like, bro, that was after like 10 games, yeah.
Yeah. Another 10 games.
Time,
now
he'd already made a big bozo error at Arsenal. But now it's like, now he's mega.
You've come on to my level thinking. I saw it early.
I think a lot of people just lack balance when talking about him. I feel like people either hate him or overdo it with him.
Well, a lot of it is. He's coming.
He's coming
because he took Trafford's spot, and everyone wants Trafford to have been number 1. Everyone wanted this romantic Trafford coming in, being back, and Donnarumma coming in.
I'll accept I was wrong on that. I didn't want Donnarumma in the first place, but he's proven me wrong. I agree the distribution has been spotty here and there at times, but the shot stopping is totally
for every assist Ederson got, he's never made saves like Donnarumma would make. That earn points and win games. Yeah.
He's won us games with the shot stopping. He's not lost us a game because of his distribution. I think that's fair to say. I know systematically, like, it kind of screws us over a bit, but I think he has been a net positive.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah. Nah, the thing is as well, like, you got to realize we've gone from one extreme to the other because Ederson, in my opinion, is the greatest goalkeeper in my lifetime on the ball ever. So you've gone from a goalkeeper that is arguably the best, and in my opinion, is the best goalkeeper on the ball in the world, to just a guy is always below average in the modern day Donnarumma. So it's a big shift. It's a big shift. But for me, you just got to look at the save.
We've gained someone else. We've gained an absolute monster in that, haven't we?
We've gained someone that can respectfully make saves.
I didn't watch the game, obviously, from the TV point of view. What was his save he's made at the end? What was it?
It didn't even look like a save on TV either.
No, he did save it, but I don't know if I don't
was it
think
from a corner.
What?
It was a Harvey Barnes one.
It was a Harvey Barnes one.
I
don't think it was going in though, mate. I think it might have been in the post. I don't think it was.
I didn't see it. I don't know why I've not seen that.
I mean, it was a decent save, but obviously he doesn't know it's not going in. But I don't think it was going in. I don't think it was going in. Yeah, I don't think it was going in. Yeah, Harvey Barnes. Yeah, he's a good player, that Harvey Barnes.
You know what, mate? When he brought him in, I was thinking this is going to be the fucker that's going to equalise for them.
Yeah,
that's how I felt with Osula, because it's always just random guys.
Yeah,
like this guy never fucking scores for
some random.
Scores for 30 games and comes on and scores his first touch or something. That's always happens against us, doesn't it?
Yeah, didn't Lucas Moura score like 10 seconds after coming on against us on that corner? He headed in the corner in like 19-20.
Yeah, I was when I seen Osula coming on, I was like, for fuck's sake, not this guy.
That thing about players that's been going on for 30 years, Danny. That goes back to when I was a kid about players who are bang out of form. I can remember going back, right? Michael Owen hadn't scored for like 15 games against anyone, and he was on the biggest drought of his career, and he scored an hat-trick at Main Road. He scored in the first 6 minutes, and he was like, there you go, I'm back, there's an hat-trick, see you later. It just sort of goes on and on and on. Every player, every ex-player, every player that's shit just comes to City and just, you know what, you go to City, you always turn your fortunes around. Ray Kusinov today, I thought he was mint, didn't get booked, and I thought he was just, he nullified their only threat, which was at Anthony Gordon. And I think Pep bringing Diaz off, was it just purely tactical?
I think it was because he was booked, wasn't it?
Booked, yeah, it was purely booked. So I think it was the right thing to do, and you can't fault the guy for making that decision.
What do you do? Because listen to this, Pulpy. Yeah, so I've obviously been a big fan of Huzanov, and I've been like, I'd play Huzanov over Diaz. However, I decided today that I would put Diaz back into the starting 11 because of the leadership, because of the experience, the know-how. But after 45 minutes of watching Huzanov again, I think I've changed my mind and go back to Huzanov.
You can't do that.
I mean, I can. I can. I fucking can.
Come on.
You know what?
I just feel like I don't know. I just feel like Huzanov, man, brings something that like
he's got a unique skill set. He's like Liam Neeson, isn't he? He's just different.
Yeah.
What was that? I tell you what though, I can only obviously I don't see about that like 50-yard diag from Diaz with his left foot. How good was that on the TV into Aït-Nouri? Just looked mint from the stand that. In the first half.
Don't remember it, but I believe
you. Are you making things up here for Diaz, Grace? Guy's making things up for Diaz prop, man.
No, he did like a 50-yard diagonal like shit pinger across the thing. I'm sure he did. It was like in the first 10 minutes. And you know what, right? And what I will say is that first 5-10 minutes we were proper at him, and I've not been like that in many games.
Oh yeah, those were great.
That's something and even like Marmoush and Bernardo Silva were like straight away we're having this. You know what I mean? That's something we've not seen.
Yeah, I mean, to be fair with you, we was in good control. Obviously, they got the fucking jammy equaliser.
Oh, horrible, wasn't it?
Off a deflection. You know what I mean? Is what it is. But yeah, we was in control. And like you say, the enthusiasm was there. Like we were fucking sending it. Like we were pressuring them and stuff. So that was good, man. I can't lie. It was just unfortunate that they got a bit of a jammy goal. However, we've not conceded a deflected goal for a while, so we was due one, weren't we? You know what I mean? We always concede deflected. We've not had one.
I remember the last deflected goal.
Probably.
The only one I can think of is like Martinelli, like 2
Go
seasons.
back to a big game that we lost. That's what I do. I just go
Leon
like,
Bailey, Aston Villa. That's right.
What was the last big game that we lost? Probably had a deflected goal. That's just the fucking way it is, isn't it? Sweet. All right, then, boys. Shout out to Andre. Says he can't have the nerve talk. Yeah, I just seen it, man. He's worried. He's scared, bro.
Oh,
he's talking about referees.
I've seen it all over social media on the way back about this Dan Burn goal being offside and stuff. I'm like, just they're trying to find something, aren't they? When Haaland got fouled the other day and the ball wasn't in play, so it didn't class as a penalty, right? We were all told anything that happens when the ball's not in play doesn't count. The push started before, and now they want the rules to be the opposite because an offside goal was scored. They're all absolute creatures.
I just think that he's done nothing wrong.
Contact sport.
It's a contact sport, bro. He's allowed to touch him and he's fucking moved him.
The key thing is the ball wasn't even in play, was it?
No.
I don't even know.
It couldn't have been because offside is when the ball's kicked.
Yeah, but
in play.
Yeah, so they're just trying to find. They're just weirdos.
Yeah.
I said before in the chat, I think Spurs get something tomorrow, and I don't think Arsenal will beat Chelsea either.
I don't think they do, man.
Look,
I got my hopes on the Chelsea game.
They've got to find something somewhere.
I got my hopes on the Chelsea game, man. I will watch it, and I will hope that they'll do something. But Spurs are terrible, mate, and they got no players.
Yeah.
So let me check all the players that are injured for tomorrow. Yeah, I've got it here. Premier League injury table. Right, Tottenham Hotspur injury list. Check this, Pope. Yeah, it's actually mad. Odegaard injured. James Maddison injured. Kulusevski injured. Bentancur injured. Kudus injured. Ben Davies injured. Bergval injured. Christian Romero suspended. Odogi injured. Danso injured. Richarlison injured. Pedro Porro injured. Dominic Solanke possibly fit.
I didn't even know they had that many attackers, and they're all.
Bro, do you know his training session? He's only had 12 players in his training session.
But something. There's just something in that.
I hope so.
Right, if that was against us, if that was the way around, right? If that was against us, something could happen.
Yes, but that's us.
Yeah, but there's something. Something can happen.
In the past few seasons, they've always beaten Tottenham.
We beat Chelsea, who had a fucking financial advisor in charge of them. Chelsea got a point against us with a financial advisor in charge.
That's us.
You know what I mean? So
that's typical City.
That's what I'm saying. Is something at some point has got to get.
Right, so what would their starting 11 be tomorrow then? So Vicario and goal.
I'll just pull up the flop, man.
Whoever they've got in it, they've got 11 and they've just haven't got fit. It's like Sunday morning football.
Van der Ven's fit, which is good news. Van der Ven's fit, that's good news. Jed Spence, he's fit.
So they've got two defenders.
Jed Spence, Van der Ven.
Dragusin.
Polinia's going to play, right? At centre back. Polina. João Polina.
Yeah, they might have to play him. Oh no, they'll play that Archie Gray right back, like Matthias said. They'll probably have to play Archie Gray right back. So they're back four tomorrow. It's going to be Archie Gray, Dragusin, Van der Ven, and Jed Spence, which that all stinks as a unit. Midfield will be
Polina. Sarr, Gallagher, Polina, probably.
Oh, they better play Sarr and Polina, man, because that's a proper physical midfield.
And Gallagher just run around all day.
Yeah, if they play that three-man midfield, yeah. Proper just shit houses.
That's a nil. That's setting up for a 0-0, aren't they? Straight away with that team.
Yeah, and then Solanke up top, who's terrible. Wingers.
Simmons is.
Have you got Colomwani? Is that Moani fit?
Colomwani on the right. That's what it says here.
Yeah, fucking hell. After that, they just. What is it? Grab some out of the stand or something and say, "Have you got your boots with you?" Desperate.
It's not. You know what? That team's not as bad as I thought it was going to be.
No, defense is shocking, mate.
What?
That Dragusin gets sent off in about 8th minute or something.
That Dragusin, didn't he get man of the match against us?
Probably.
I think he might have done, didn't he? He definitely. I think they glazed him anyway.
He's on with the top knot, and he's a top.
Yeah,
knot,
the beard and the man bun. Yeah.
Yeah, that's not as bad a team as I thought. Actually, you know.
Yeah, I
maybe
think
you're
they have
right.
a player
Maybe
for
there
every
is something
position,
in this.
but they do have a player for every position. But it's just a crap set of players.
You need Simmons to do something, man. This Simmons guy, I don't rate this Simmons guy one bit. Yeah,
yeah. The amount of people that wanted Simmons, by the way, mad.
Nah.
And you know what? Also,
I bet he's got 5-star skills on FIFA, lad. I guarantee you.
Yeah. This is it now. I'm never ever going to listen to anybody ever again tell me about we should buy this player, buy that player, because the amount of people told me we should have bought Romo Lavia back before he went to Chelsea.
Yeah, but you also said don't sign Matt Gay.
No, I didn't say don't sign him. I said we shouldn't be signing for the money. That was all I said. But, like Lavia, and all these people that say we should get Lavia back and Delap. Fuck off.
Lavia's a baller, to be fair.
He's dog shit, mate. He's playing. He's the most.
He's a good player. He's just injured all the time, but he's a good player.
He's not a good player, is he?
No, on a technical level, he's a good player.
No, he's a very good player, but he just can't stay.
That was a rare L for me. I didn't really see it in the academy, man. I can't lie. But yeah, he just gets injured all the time. But he's a good player.
He's a championship player.
Liam Delap is poor, but is he worse than Gyökeres? Who's worse, Gyökeres or Liam Delap?
Oh, probably Delap, because Gyökeres has a few goals this season. Delap can't score for them.
I like Delap until he was a bellender when he played Chelsea, so now he's done.
I don't know, man. I think I'd take Delap over Gyökeres, no cap. Swear down.
I'd rather have Cole and Wani.
You go in prison. Yeah. All right, we'll see tomorrow, man. Let's have a look. Yeah, maybe Pulpy, you might be on something. Maybe they can get some out of the game. I don't know. I'll watch it anyway. So
here's the thing: if they go 1-0 down Arsenal, they will implode, man.
I know.
Because then you know full well all that you'll be hearing singing is second again.
Did you see the?
You said this in midweek where you said Arsenal play scared 1-0 up. Just wait till they go 1-0 down and it'll look even worse. Was that you? Or was it someone else? Someone said that they're shit when they're 1-0 up, but they're all
Arsenal have no answers to anything.
Do you know what though, right? I listened to the Declan Rice interview he did with Sky, and I see tomorrow, obviously going one of two ways, right? I think they're absolutely dog shit, or I think they'll steamroll them, because the way that Declan Rice was speaking about what happened after the game in the dressing room and in training, yeah, no, but like, based on the fact that they've already dropped points, they've won 2 games in 7. Like, they either get a response tomorrow and they're mega, or they're just shit. Like,
you know what he said about Bukayo Saka telling him about what it means to win derbies?
No, I don't think I heard.
You're not seeing that? Fucking embarrassing.
No,
he said about when he's joined there and what Bukayo Saka said to him about you just don't lose derbies to Tottenham and stuff, and it's given him a whole new mentality about London. I was like, he played for fucking West Ham and Chelsea. He knows what it's like to win playing London derbies. And he's got Bukayo Saka, who's a fucking limping maniac, telling him about what it means to play. Fuck off. I won't listen to a word Bukayo Saka. I've got to say about it.
I get you, though. You did play for West Ham, bro. Like
West Ham, I played for West Ham and Chelsea. He brought up in London.
Yeah, he was in their academy.
So it's like, you're telling me to take someone who plays for Arsenal to say what it means to play against another London team.
Would you take Declan Rice at City?
No.
I don't think we need
where
him.
would you play him?
I think back in the day, back when we were linked with him, I would have taken him, but not anymore.
Not a chance.
Yeah, I was only saying because he's got 2 years.
He's a bottler, isn't he?
Yeah, I don't think he's good enough on the ball in the final third, for what we need. I think we need someone better on the ball in the final third, which is why I'd go Anderson. Anderson's
he didn't fancy it. He didn't fancy it at City, no, so no, he ain't got the courage. He ain't got courage, has he?
He's got to hold that, innit?
Yeah.
Sweet. Right, should we get off?
Yeah. Good one anyway.
Right, buzzing. Big up, lads, man. Listen, I'll be live tomorrow again. I'll probably do a live before the Spurs game. So I'll be live at about probably 3-ish. We'll do an hour or so, and then we'll go do the watch along on the second channel. Make sure you guys are subbed up, man, on the second channel. Links in description. Make sure you guys are on that. More LB. We will be live. Would it be a big one, man? Can Chicken on a Ball do something for us? Who knows? Peasy at Somerville. Yeah, I don't want him at City, but he's been decent recently, isn't it, Somerville?
He's not going to play in the Championship again. He's playing the Championship enough. I think he's going to get bought by someone.
We need a Pulpy random question. I saw you say that before, and I was like, do I?
I said that like an hour ago.
I'll just turn my computer on as you said that.
Go on then. Give us one more before.
I saw you'd bought this shirt, LB. Have you got the short sleeve or long sleeve?
I got the short sleeve. I didn't even.
Somebody was slagging me off with a long sleeve shirt on before. I was like, what's wrong with
Oh,
you?
bro, check this, yeah. How mad is this, yeah? When I went to the stadium shop, yeah, that black kit, yeah, they didn't have pre-printed Cherky ones.
Oh, you
but
talking? I heard you talk about it on stream.
Yeah, but they had
pre-printed
pre-printed Rinders, but not had pre-printed Cherky. How mad
That's
is
weird.
that?
That's weird. The
So I
only
was like-
explanation I could have is because Cherky changed his number. He was 29, then he became 10. But that's weird.
So I was like, what the fuck? So my girlfriend was like, we'll just get it and go upstairs and get it printed. I was like, I'm not
Probably
doing
sold
that,
them
man.
all.
So I'm not doing that
Probably
yet. So
sold
anyway, I
them
was
all,
like,
mate.
get out of it, man. Anyway, and then they got the little cabins with like they sell the merch in the little cabins around the stadium. They had one, so I bought it from the little cabin. But I was like, as if they didn't have pre-printed Cherky kits, man. Yeah. Also, Noah, yeah, if you watched all the streams, you would know that I already do have the Cherky kit. So you just outed yourself as someone that doesn't watch.
I'm gonna
every
get
stream.
that. I'm gonna get that year of the horse one. That's nice. That.
Oh, that is nice, isn't
He's
it?
gone with it today.
Are they actually going to play in that, or is that just like
No, it's just a
just
money
merch.
maker.
They didn't play in the one 2 years ago, did they? No, the Dragon one.
Nice.
They
I'm
should
gonna get it. I'm gonna pick it up.
Sweet. Right, we're getting out of here, man, because I'm knackered. Big up to the boys, man. Big up to the lads that jumped on. Make sure you guys are subbed up to the channel as well if you're new. Yeah, I'll be live tomorrow. See you in a bit. Peace out.